I'm Ultra David.
I really like your shirt, David.
Oh, thanks, buddy. I thought I would pick a new one this time. Top 32 is what we're going to be having, all the way down to top 16.
Yes.
And then, therefore, after that, we're going to go to 16 to 8.
Yeah, so right
8
now
will be later on, though.
Exactly. So 6 p.m. today, I think, is when top 8 is scheduled. Right now, we're just going to run from top 32 all the way down to that top 8 and try to get as many matches as possible on stream for you guys.
That's right. Again, if you want to check out the brackets just like yesterday, you can go to either smash.gg or you can go to flowko.tv. But first, this isn't the only Capcom Pro Tour thing happening today. Earlier today, there was another one at Milan.
Yeah, Milan's game show. The EU regional final happened earlier today. We have a lovely little video for you guys to check out. Of course, this is the 4th place match. I'm still the daddy who did a great job all the way there. Beat MOV, as you mentioned.
I was so impressed with that MOV match on both sides, actually. But I'm still the daddy made 4th. Guile looks great. He looks great. I'm really happy for him. But Bonchan I'm happy for, too, because he had not as much success when the game was new. And it seems like he's found it.
Yeah, and he goes home with 3rd place. He loses to Filipnoman, who, of course, was in grand finals against Daigo Umehara. And then they had a pretty awesome set. And you see Daigo here walking him down. Lands the uppercut to take it, and he is the champion of Milan's game week. He did an awesome job. And, you know, Daigo he's in that weird state where, like, he's so on and off. And people are trying to figure out, like, where he is in the game. But he went over there and played really, really well.
Yeah, I think he's described it himself. You know, he's talked about experimenting between different styles and trying to figure out which one works best before Capcom Cup.
He has a really long-term game plan.
Yes, he does.
He doesn't want to just win the tournament today.
Right.
He wants to win the tournaments a year from now and continue to win, right?
Exactly. And there have been some tournaments where I think he's experimented with one style or the other, gone very hard on offense or very hard on defense.
Yeah.
And what I was really impressed with this weekend for him was that it's definitely more on the defensive side still.
Yeah.
But the blocking was fantastic. He did take risks sometimes. It wasn't completely risk-averse, and he did that at very smart moments. And he just looked like he was completely prepared for everything. He looked great. Like all the situations that he faced against Mika, against Necalli, whatever it was, against Guile, he seemed like he had studied already, and he knew what was going to happen. So he looks great, I think, going into Capcom Cup soon.
Yeah, 100%. Well, it's time for our first match here at SCR. We're into our top 32. The first one's going to be a real slobber knocker. This is the West Coast Warzone Grand Finals from this year, which is a ranking event that, of course, went down. Christopher Tatarian on the left with Ken, EG's Balrog on the right with Balrog, and they're into the match.
Yep, they're in there. Let's roll.
It's a slow start so far, and it's going to be dangerous. Yeah, Ken is one of those characters that Balrog can kind of maul when he knocks down, but you have to be cautious about that uppercut.
Yeah, I talked with Balrog a bit about this yesterday. He said he did not want to pick Balrog against characters who have 3-frame buttons. That's not Ken.
Right. So any 4-framer he feels comfortable with because he feels like he can pressure them safely with his buttons and just really kind of overwhelm them, right?
Yeah, as many good options as Ken has, one of the downsides to him is that he does not have one of those 3-frame jabs or shorts.
Right. So it just means that Eduardo can get in there and take control a bit better.
That's
a bit more consistently. So, you know, so far, though,
okay. Woke up with his own very fast option.
Yes, and he goes
punishable, and it was not punished. Unfortunate for Balrog.
He still has all the meter in the world to work with, though. If Chris... that
was dangerous.
Critical, yeah,
for sure. Okay, Super's gone.
Yeah, dude, I totally expected him to have that neutral jump critical art. That's such an Eduardo thing to be ready for, but just maybe not ready in the first round of top 32 so far.
Or maybe not wanting to show it yet, maybe not wanting to bring it out.
Right, yeah, maybe even that. Oh, that jump hurricane, so tough to anti-air. And you see the pressure, it was a delayed down medium punch. Look at the stun bar, but a counter poke from Eduardo.
Chris, very insistent here.
Yeah, he really just wants to take
runs
control.
All of a sudden.
Very different style, right? He played so slow at the start of this game. Overhead.
Oh, the mix-up. Is that stun? Maybe.
It is.
God, this character is such a cannon.
Yeah, it's going to be stun, not death, though. And Eduardo can get the setup here. Oh, Tatsu. One more for Chris Tatarian on the round. He doesn't get much off of that. And the throw afterwards.
What a steal.
Dude, when you put yourself in that situation, right, you are negative, but not unsafe.
Right.
After that
You cannot be punished, but you don't necessarily have the advantage. And I guess Ed just didn't think that it was time to challenge.
Pretty sure he was just thinking to himself, he's going to pull out this uppercut and panic in this last moment. And Chris Tatarian says, no, here is the back throw, and he gets himself the first game.
Yeah, after all, Chris did have a couple of uppercuts in that game.
Right, yeah, it's not like he's afraid to go to that option. It's just in there, he didn't feel it. There's hit confirm from Chris. You see a slower start to the round, and then immediately, boom, turns it on after a whiff punish.
That's set up for Rog. Last time he did that, he just empty jumped.
Right, and I like that he wakes up with the first 2 hits of target combo and then goes for the V trigger. That way he gets the grounded combo.
Very unfortunate for him. Had a big chance there.
Overhead, not punished from Tatarian. He gets the juggle. And
Trigger's
also,
ready.
Yeah, trigger definitely an issue.
Not a true meaty right there. Balrog really can't wait. Oh, he got the confirm for sure.
And that's the round. 3 rounds straight for Tatarian over Balrog, who really just can't seem to contain him so far. It's one of those things we mentioned. He wants to play against him with this Balrog pick, right, to really dump this character up close and lock him down, but he hasn't had the chance. Yeah, the uppercuts for Tatarian have been so consistent. He has corner carry now. And, you know, despite all this, Ken with huge meter advantage. Oh, he missed the confirm.
Very unfortunate for him.
Yeah, juggle from Eduardo. He gets screen carry. But look, you know, Eduardo has not been able to contain Chris. It's either been wake up uppercut, wake up buttons, or something, and Tatarian will not fall for this.
I mean, this might be it, depending on what it gets.
Not quite dead.
Not quite. Very close.
Yeah. Throw tech by Tatarian. He still has trigger and all that meter to work with.
Well, we've seen how dangerous he still is.
I look for back throw to the corner.
Remember, he's just 2 hits away from taking this.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, great. You know, Eduardo gave up the space. Kind of gave Tatarian a little bit of room, and then immediately Tatarian says, all right, here's the fireball, and Eduardo says, yes, I'm going to take this space back. It's now mine, and he gets the round. Crushed, and this is corner carry and pretty good damage for Eduardo. And you notice he still presses, despite Tatarian waking up with uppercut a lot. Yeah, Eduardo's not going to be dissuaded.
I mean, that's the style of the character. You have to do what the character is good at. And that means that you have to take risks up close. Not that those are huge risks, but you have to try it.
Yeah, I mean, uppercut damage versus crush counter from Balrog is a very significant swing. Right.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, landing. He gets the whiff punish.
Chris ready with trigger. He sees it! Look at his stun. Look at his stun.
Not quite. One more hit. If he gets the stun, it's the round.
Goes low. Of course. Of course.
Stuffed him.
The fake. That's it, friends.
And there it is. Christopher Tatarian over Balrog. He just got the 1 round, but it's so quick. So explosive on that cannon. You notice at the start of a lot of the rounds, Chris would play slow, right? He'd have sort of a controlled. He'd get like boom, whiff punish, in. Right. And it was constantly in. And every time Eduardo knocked him down, he was an uppercut. He did wake up button and a run a couple of times.
He did. Well, I'll say this. Many of Ed's things I think were not true meaty setups.
Right.
They were, you know, there were, I think, some things that he hasn't really quite picked up yet about the character. This is unfortunate for Balrog.
The air reset, he just flies out of what Eduardo was planning.
Right, but that's not something that you can blame the loss on. It's one individual moment, and for the most part, Chris, I thought, was great with picking his spots, getting in, forcing the mix-ups.
And a little low, you see reversal show up on the right side of the screen there. That is, of course, Eduardo trying to get out of there with something. He gets the juggle at the end, and Ken damage output is so terrifying that Eduardo in that situation, when he gets clipped, that's that.
Yeah, well, it's the same for Balrog, but
yeah,
you know, Ken is able to force his game, I think, from more ranges than Balrog is. I mean, we saw it at the end of the first game when it was Roundhouse Hurricane all the way up close from very, very far away.
Right.
So that's something that Ken can do.
Oh, yeah, totally.
That, you know, Balrog can't really.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you have to think, too, when you look at a set like that, right, it's pretty one-sided for Tatarian, but if you have to imagine, if Eduardo blocks all those uppercuts, that's a one-sided match for Eduardo, right? It's such a funky matchup, right? It's so explosive and volatile that it's really tough to pick out who's going to win in a lot of those situations. So obviously today it was Tatarian, who's now in top 16 of SCR, and he really has to have a good showing here since he's at the bottom of the global standings in CPT points. So having a good weekend this weekend is important for Tatarian. Up next, of course, his friend, training partner, member of the Trinity, Brent, who's going to be going against new to California, but really strong player in OliverQueen.
I've been very impressed by OliverQueen so far.
Very standout to me how strong he's been all weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. So Chris T is still sitting next to his buddy Brent. You can see him down there on the bottom right of the left screen.
Yeah, the little green shirt.
The little green.
Down.
Round 1. Fight.
But yeah, Oliver, I really like the defense that he's had. The mid-range control has been very strong. Ryu's not an easy character to play, but he's somebody who makes it work. So far, Brent playing pretty patiently. He can't really keep up in the fireball wars, of course.
Definitely not.
But it's important, I think, to establish that as a way to make Ryu want to throw fireballs. That lets Ken then jump in or run in, something like that. You have to establish that you have the mid-range control to some degree at least.
Yeah, because Ryu, you know, he's that character you think about more mid-range control, defensive fireball style, right? Ken he's more aggressive. He's got to pick it up.
Hey, big loss!
Yeah, and he even tried to crush later on. I think maybe a faster punish would have been better since there was already a whiff. But Brent has corner positioning.
Too far for the short.
Whiff punish from OliverQueen into the trigger. Oh, You know, he's been holding those charged fireballs a lot all weekend. That's kind of been his MO with Ryu.
It worked just there. It's something that we've seen Tokido do lately as well.
Holds it just a bit. Oh, I'm surprised no uppercut from OliverQueen.
Whip playing safety first there. Yeah, great whip punish.
Yeah, his spacing has been great so far. He's had a couple of these key whip punishes, and he's doing well in the neutral. Brent trying to make his way in, and he got in a few times, but OliverQueen didn't crack on defense. Little parry for V-Gage.
I like that range that Brent was just fighting from. It's a range that typically I think of as Ryu's, but the way that Brent had played was enough to fluster, I think, OliverQueen.
Yeah, and what Brent will do is he'll stick out roundhouse a few times, get OliverQueen kind of, wow, yeah. He'll get, oh, he made a throw.
A couple of big mix-ups. That's punishable, yes.
Yeah, that should be the game for OliverQueen. There it is. So Brent's had a few ideas that I think I like in this match, but, you know, OliverQueen is so patient, so strong on defense, I think, and is making the right choices in neutral.
Yeah,
He's playing really well.
Chris is definitely talking pretty hard at Brent right now. He was not happy at how that went.
Yeah, there's that jump over uppercut, and you can see the throw bait with the Tatsu.
It was a very late throw. It wasn't a wake-up throw. It was a delay.
Yeah.
As you can see there, but Oliver takes it. Wow, big risk from Brent. He does not have the same tool that Ryu does.
No, certainly not. Gotta wonder what that's all about. No uppercut from Brent either. And you see OliverQueen a lot of times in this neutral. Oh, this time he stays in the front. Last time that was dash under.
Yeah.
In the neutral, he's kind of waiting and looking to whip punish Brent in a lot of these scenarios. And because of that, Brent will start dashing in or running in.
It's kind of the opposite of how I typically think that this matchup goes. I want Ken to be the counter poker, and I want Ryu to be the person who is more active about footsies. But instead, it's been the opposite. Yeah. And that's been working great for OliverQueen.
Yeah, I think that's just the way he wants to approach it. And maybe it's like a thing about Brent in particular. It's hard to say, right? But Brent is sort of just walking into everything.
Oh, hold on.
Now this is a big chance. V-Trigger can damage output.
Still in there.
Jumped out.
Still in there.
Back to the corner.
It's going to still take a couple mix-ups here. He's not done.
Great jab check. After that first hit of the target combo on either one that Ken does, you can take advantage with something like that low jab from Ryu, and that's what he does.
I do think that Brent is among the more buttonsy players. He does not want to sit still. Not just in movement necessarily, but in whether he presses buttons or not. I mean, you can see it. He does not like playing patiently.
He's doing stuff always.
He's the first mover.
Fireballs.
Yeah, he's the first mover.
Yeah. Oh, first action is always Brent's. You're right. The dash throw again. He just covers that space so quick.
Oh,
big jump. V-Trigger still available for OliverQueen. He has it so early in the round.
Oh, yeah, you see Brent is just not content to sit.
Yeah, he's kind of just hanging himself. Oh, V-Trigger available.
That's probably it. It is.
Should be it. OliverQueen 2-0 over Brenttiscool, and OliverQueen now in winners top 16 of SCR.
Yeah, definitely. I'm very impressed by his play. I thought he had a great read on how Brent would play.
Yeah, super.
He had the counter pokes. He had the whiff punishes. Like I said, typically the way that matchup goes is the opposite.
Right.
But if you have the read on your opponent as Ryu that you think he's going to be the one who takes the first action consistently, then you have the buttons to whiff punish consistently.
Yeah, 100%, right?
Look at this.
Yeah,
perfect replay right there. The stand roundhouse was whiffed, and that was a big loss for Brent because he was put in the corner. He made the decision again with first action with that fireball, and that allowed OliverQueen to get in. Great read by OliverQueen.
Yeah, and I mean, look, it's like the whole game, right? As you mentioned, you expect Ryu to be, down medium punch fireball, low medium kick to really be controlling the footsies, but he just sat there. And Brent whiffed the world in front of him, and he just took advantage of it. And, Brent did get a few offensive opportunities, as Ken will get, but it didn't really turn into anything that was too big. OliverQueen stayed good on defense, and that was really impressive. That was a really interesting take on the matchup from him. Yeah. Because usually you see Ryu's playing differently than that. Right. And there's a reason he's in top 16 winners. I don't think most people would have expected him here. I think he was kind of a sleeper in the tournament. Everybody knew he was good, but probably not as good as beating Minion and making top 16 winners here at SCR.
Right. Yeah, he did that last night. That was really impressively done.
Yeah, in a Fang matchup, and I was unsure of how much he knew that match. He played it super well.
He did. Yeah. Well, he looked good today. So Brent goes to loser side. We're going to move on to the next one. As you can see, it's EG Justin Wong against EG K-Brad. K-Brad has been traveling around, as he will do.
Yes.
Today he's in Southern California.
Yeah, I was talking to Justin about that. He's like, I don't think K-Brad has slept in his own bed for months now.
I think that might... That's impressive. For Justin, Justin's down here from Northern California where he currently lives. So this is now a schlep for him. He used to live in SoCal.
Yeah.
I will still claim him.
Yeah, James said the same thing yesterday, actually.
Actually, he says the same thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he prefers SoCal.
Yeah, I've talked to him about that.
He prefers SoCal. I mean, he's from New York, of course, but he really liked SoCal. He specifically chose to move to SoCal. It wasn't such a choice to move to NorCal. I'm still going to claim him.
Yep.
All right.
Justin Wong, K-Brad. Should be a pretty slow-paced match for Justin.
I think that's how K-Brad wants to play this, too. He's been playing much more footsie heavy, and on Twitter, I don't know if you've seen this, he is constantly talking about how he wants to play cleanly.
Yeah.
And what he's most interested in is people who play cleanly. That is to say, patiently, not going nuts, looking for smart opportunities, what he considers smart opportunities, and he does it well. You know, he has a great footsie game. It's something he developed as SF4 went on, and I thought he got very strong at it.
There's certainly a worry that you become too married to trying to play clean instead of playing with what wins, but you're right about that style that he's interested in playing.
Nice. Justin with the crouching jab, confirmed. Well, just was going to do it, got counter hit.
Yeah, low jab, a little strong. Yeah, see again.
Right.
They're just ready for it. Now K-Brad on offense. Wow, big risk from Justin. I wonder if that's just one of those things he knows from K-Brad, that would work.
The more Justin plays against somebody, the more he understands them. It's been very rarely the case that Justin plays against somebody a lot and he starts to lose.
Yeah.
Almost always it's that he wins more, and he gets those little moments. He's so great at noticing everything. Unfortunately for K-Brad to drop there, but he gets the combo right after. Still in there.
Yeah, Justin just a hit away from taking this, but so is K-Brad, right? With all that meter, V-gauge.
Trying to confirm it. He can do it. Seen him do it.
Oh,
walk forward.
Though?
He walked forward so far.
Yeah, K-Brad had all that advantage.
Oh, hold on. Justin broke? I can't believe it. Justin never breaks. He's never the one who, when time is running out, does the wild thing.
And they're like even, and he's like, yeah, let me just EX command dash in, right? Like,
I wonder if that's why he did it.
But maybe he's just thinking, like, yeah, K-Brad wouldn't expect me to do this, right?
I wasn't expecting him to do that, but still, I don't expect him to do it because I've played against him a ton of times, and he never does it.
This looks much more like what I would expect from Justin.
Yeah.
Oh, missed the reset.
K-Brad trying to fight. Trying to look for an opportunity. Still a ton of damage output, of course. Both of these characters, not much life and a lot of damage output available to them, so they can really burst each other down.
Right. And that's the kind of playstyle that they're so good at. Oh, what an overhead, yeah. That one's tough to block. Just let your opponent jump. When they whiff in the air, you just overhead them on the way down because, you know, K-Brad's looking at low block. Expects to be checked. What a buffer off the Fierce. He just threw it out there, and if it was like, yeah, if Justin hit a button into this range, I got him. That's what happened. That crouching Fierce from Cammy can be confirmed into critical arc.
Had a big whiff opportunity. Didn't take it.
Yeah, just slightly late. And Justin didn't turn that low forward into much. I think he was afraid at that range Tenko maybe not going to be an option.
Maybe didn't want to spend meter.
Yeah, it could be it as well. Interrupt from K-Brad. He noticed that Justin was delaying the shoulder off that command dash. Oh, no. Couldn't pick it up.
It's a big loss, that meter.
Yeah, he needed that. That critical art is threatening to kill Cammy.
Oh, here it is.
Basically this health.
Huge chance not for K-Brad. Will he spend it? No. Saves. Next confirm, though, for sure, into super.
Oh, caught him, but it's out of the air.
Hey,
there it is.
No, he's too far.
The drops from K-Brad.
Crouching jab?
Confirm, and K-Brad, first game over Justin.
There's definitely a funky style choice coming from Justin. After schlepping down here, there's kind of a Meshuggah style that I'm surprised to see from him.
Yeah, exactly. Sure.
Round one.
Second match, we'll see if Justin can maybe adjust his style. It's a little slower so far, but
look at this.
Dude,
the whip punish coming out of K-Brad, right? Look at this again. I can't believe Justin is giving these moments up. Very unusual to see from him.
Oh, man. And then, yeah, auto-correct DP, but Justin will take that to get out of the corner. EX tie for pressure, and this time respects it. He knew that this time V-reversal was coming. With Justin, he doesn't want to commit that meter, so he's just a little bit worried about it.
See Justin trying to whiff punish some things as well, but I like K-Brad now not giving Justin the opportunity for that. Staying away. It's almost like they have completely switched what I expected their styles to be.
Yeah.
I've always thought that K-Brad is a good footsies player, but that he's not really the patient, stay-away kind of defensive player. And yet, that's what's coming out.
Yeah, chained a little now. Justin on offense still. Need to keep in mind. Oh, okay, that was a chance for K-Brad. This is uppercut. Not the round, but it's close. Oh, and he threw him. There was V-reversal so many times from Justin that now K-Brad has figured it out. And, you know, V-reversal feels like a good option because, look, when you do an uppercut, if they block it, your crush counter punishable.
Right, that's the
But
end.
V reversal is kind of like a safer way to do an uppercut. You know, the downside is, of course, it's throwable, but it feels safe.
For a character like Karin, who builds V-meter so quickly, it's okay to spend that.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. She can build it back.
Yeah, it's a safe-ish way to do like a DP that does Gray Life instead of regular life.
Unfortunately, if the opponent expects that, they get grabbed, that's going to be all she wrote.
Exactly.
So now Justin, I like him not pressing buttons very often. Okay, I think this is really good to see. He has to settle down. He has to play that Justin Wong, strong, patient, footsie style, that mid-range control. And
there's the
K-Brad
dash-up
took
throw.
advantage of it. He saw exactly that style coming out of Justin, and so he dashed forward right through.
Yes, when Justin's sitting there waiting for buttons to whiff punish, that's when K-Brad can dash up and do stuff like that.
I am so impressed by K-Brad in this game right now.
And Justin, he really is not playing in the way you would expect him to at this point. He seems like he's a bit taken aback from the style that K-Brad's playing.
Look at that, crouching fierce in such a situation.
And K-Brad close to building CA as well. He's almost got that meter.
If he finds a confirm, he might get on it.
Yeah, he should be. That uppercut, he'll do the drill through.
Okay, dash forward for Justin. Now, can he finally make something happen?
No, and a lot of his V-gauge is gone already. K-Brad's out of his.
Strange to say, but with 26 seconds left, I feel like K-Brad has an advantage. Typically, even when Justin's down in life and time's running out, I like Justin because he's so patient, but that just hasn't been how this set's gone. 15 seconds left now. Justin gonna have to make something happen pretty soon to get this done. Pretty soon now.
Yeah, time's running out. Justin's got to be
Just
forward.
a couple seconds left. He
The
got
throw.
the grab. I don't think that's enough, is it? I'm not sure.
I think he's got the lead. No,
Oh,
the block.
oh, no, hold on. Was that enough? Was that
I
chip
think Justin
enough?
got it.
It
Yes,
was.
Justin got it over
That
K-Brad.
chip was enough. Can you believe it? He didn't get punished because time ran out. That chip got it for him.
Oh, that is... Man, Justin is... I don't know if he calculated that or what, but man, bad spot now for K-Brad. You got to wonder if maybe that round is kind of weighing on K-Brad after that. That was tough to lose.
I like the whip punish there. Okay, so yeah, I feel like K-Brad has settled. I don't think that's such an issue for him at the moment.
Yeah, it was looking like it could have been a second ago, but...
Sure.
The V-reversal again, and K-Brad was walking forward. Oh, the risk on the uppercut. Rare from K-Brad, but he does it.
Well, this is now the fifth round. You know, he hasn't done it yet, so to bring it out towards the end, I think is smart.
Exactly. Justin now out of V-gauge. Oh, got caught. One more for the game. And
He
there
got
it
it.
is. Justin goes down to K-Brad.
I gotta tell you, I am so impressed by K-Brad's game there. I thought that was fantastic for him. He played the game that typically I think of Justin playing.
Right.
The patient mid-range control. He played that clean style that he's been talking about. He really did. And Justin, not quite as much. I mean, Justin was letting roundhouses out that were whiff punished.
Yeah.
You know, Justin was making decisions that I just feel like I rarely see out of him. Towards the end of the first round when he did the dash forward,
Yeah.
even though he had the life lead and time was running out,
It was such a weird decision.
never see that out of Justin. So I don't know. Funky choices there.
You can see it in the corner here. This is where Justin was stuck, and yeah, he just gets clipped by the end of it. It leads to this EX drill, which of course is where the tick throw is going to come in. Justin got hit, and the back throw will do it.
Probably trying to wake up with buttons, and just didn't get it. Yeah, that's a good face out of K-Brad. Like I said, the more that Justin plays against people, the more he beats them.
Yeah.
And I know that they play all the time, so that is something that is tough to overcome. Justin is just so good at noticing everything. He's one of the best noticers, not just even in fighting games that I've ever met.
Yeah.
He notices everything, and he records that. He keeps that info in his mind. So as you play against him more, he sees all of your tendencies, and he really just capitalizes. But for K-Brad to play the style that he played, and to sort of move past what I think Justin has often seen him play, so impressed by that.
Yeah, because you don't expect that to be the way that goes, right? You expect it to be K-Brad getting caged by Justin on the way in, not being able to deal with the normals and the footsies, just getting slowed down and stopped. But it was like the opposite. K-Brad had the approach when he wanted to approach. He could whip punish Justin cleanly. It was like he just looked totally in control.
He really did. So
and that was just like when Justin played Kazunoko the first 2 games of that matchup they played. It was the same way, right? Justin just got controlled by Kazunoko. It wasn't until the 3rd game where Justin could figure something out. But maybe it's the same kind of thing where against Cammy, he really just needs some time to figure it out. Great work to K-Brad.
Really was. Okay, we're moving on to the next one. This is Ranmasama on the left. GOL Ranmasama. Liquid Nuckledu is his opponent. Looks like it's going to be Rashid versus Guile. I gotta say, just as an aside, that I'm Still the Daddy Guile was looking sick.
It was looking really good. I like some of the ideas he had. You were talking mostly about the forward heavy kick.
Yo, I was so impressed by
Over
upside down
Chun slide.
kick over Chun crouching medium punch. That was so sick.
That Chun crouching medium punch, that's literally the button.
Yeah, to get under booms. So smart.
All right, so now it's
Anyway.
Ranmasama, who beat Julio yesterday to make it out of pools, is now playing against Liquid Nuckledu, who had that nail biter against Team Secret's Punko to make it here today.
So we see Ranmasama going with Rashid. He goes with Necalli sometimes as well. The Rashid pick, I think, makes sense. I like Rashid's mid-range options. I like his ability to get in. Certainly he can press pretty well once he's up close.
Real quick, that punish that Nuckledu just got back on the jump back OS is one of the strengths I think Guile has in this game, is that he can pretty easily punish this OS throw tech.
Oh, could he not have juggled there?
I don't know if he wanted to risk it. You know, Rashid juggles can often be pretty inconsistent. It's tough to tell where you're really going to be.
Now this defense coming from Liquid Nuckledu. I love the roll underneath. Didn't get the flash kick?
Yeah, I love the V reversal too. V reversal versus Rashid is so strong to get away from that down Fierce, which is such an oppressive button a lot of the time.
Oh, hold on though.
Oh, this is pressure.
Into what?
It
Super
beats the
Snare!
flash kick.
Yes!
Round for Ranmasama. Nuckledu tried the flash, but it just got sucked up by the tornado.
I think that was EX flash.
Yeah, it was.
So that's the invincible option. And it just didn't work out as he had intended.
First round Ranmasama. And he built all that meter. He hasn't really spent anything in so long. That was really good awareness to confirm off that too. Due back to the zoning, he looks a little bit more comfortable against Rashid now. That first part of the last round, he definitely seemed a bit flustered about what he should do. Great punish too on that far space mixer.
Back to this zoning game. I don't really think that's... Oh yeah, so that's the kind of thing that I like for Rashid in this matchup. Is his ability to change the air trajectory, the ability to move forward in an unusual way. That can be tough for Guile.
Yeah, that roll is also not a bad option through booms. Obviously there, it's a little late. Do not whipping too much in Rashid's face. We'll see what his answer is to this.
Hey, remember, there was a big comeback in the last round. Wow, that might have been a little bit too cute.
Yeah, he went all over the place. Still has meaty. Ah, got caught. He was in the middle of forward medium punch, and the V reversal is good, and he lands on the boom. Yeah, great spacing from Dude to just be right behind it.
I really like Dude's choices when it comes to the V reversals. He is saving those for things that he knows he can get through. The down fierce, the strong.
Yeah. He's doing it at times where, punish. This is big, yeah. It's lots of damage off it. No meter spent that he's close to critical art. But yeah, he's using it in times where it's guaranteed. It's not guess V reversals, right? It's when it's 100% going to work.
Right through. Oh, nice.
Interrupt. Yeah, that you know, regular flash kick
maybe, I wonder.
is projectile invincible as well. Didn't get much off the tornado.
Patience out of Dude. Again.
There it is. Yeah, you might be right. It might be one of those things you input, and it only comes out if he does the tornado.
Right. Of course, if you block the 2 hits of the Crouching Fierce, it won't come out.
Dude, check out the charge right there on Guile, right? You throw the boom, it's so far away. It's so fast that he gets down charge in this game, right? He just threw the boom.
I hear you.
He literally just threw it, and he still has it.
People talked about the booms not being quite as fast on startup and recovery as they were in SF4 as being an issue. But man, if they had better recovery, and he had this down charge timing that he has,
it'd be absurd.
Come on.
Yeah. Big jump from the start from Ranmasama. You know, he started the last game with the first round really strong as well, and I think it was just one of those things where Dude had to figure it out. To the corner already.
Interruption. Yeah, again, Crouching Fierce, he sees it. He gets right through. I think his success on those V reversal timings, it's been 100% because he's been doing it at guaranteed times.
Right, a lot of people will just guess, right? They'll block a jump in or something and then V reversal, but Dude is waiting until it's 100% going to work.
Right, you see those stand strongs, those crash medium kicks. He did not do it there. It was not quite confirmed.
There's the V reversal. He was expecting to deal with the tornado behind him. Whiff punish, wow. So far away.
Hold on though.
Oh, he missed the. Okay, well, no quick rise.
Lucky for Ranmasama.
Comes down with that jumping fierce. That's one of the big strengths of Rashid, right? One of the few characters that can neutral jump, and if you throw, he'll hit you on the way down with that fierce. It's 2 rounds in a row. Ranmasama tried with the jump.
Got a little bit too antsy on the run.
Ah, dude, the down charge, it's so fast.
Oh, he tried to anti-air Crouching Fierce. It was too slow.
He didn't have down charge to interrupt.
I think you're right. He was trying it. He was looking for the down charge just in case. Still there. What?
Opened up at the end, but it's not a lot of damage.
Right. It's just cool looking.
It is. It's super cool looking. The walk under, man, Dude is out of the corner now. We'll see if Ranmasama maybe off the wall to chase.
It's bad news for... Oh, okay. Dude did not back up like I thought he would.
Yeah, he's got CA on deck too.
Oh, interesting. Okay, gets right underneath. He saw the crouching fierce whip, or get hit.
And this corner pressure.
Hold on.
Okay,
Yo, if that had been jump medium kick, though, rather than jump fierce, that might have crossed up in big news.
Would have been the medium punch, low medium kick, get the corner combo out of it, damage, but instead, we're looking at 3 rounds straight of jumps at the start from Ranmasama. And Do had that corner positioning, he got the little throw bait with the booms. That's where he's so dangerous, right? Do's pressure and just knowledge of how to open people up with a character even like Guile is so good.
Great jump timing. You think that to be a problem for him. Okay.
It's not a lot of damage, but it's corner carry. The Eagle Spike over the boom. And Do still has CA. I'm surprised he didn't spend it. Okay.
Yeah, you can see he does not want to use the X flash kick. He wants to save that meter for sure.
Yeah, throw tech OS forward out of the corner. Oh, it's missed. He just empty jumped.
There are some scrambles here. Not a lot of damage out of them.
All right, dude, now committed on the meter. Oh, it's so fast. He got him. One more will do it. Mix up other side.
Yo, hold on, no. Hold on, no. Here
Trigger.
comes.
Oh, he just let her. Look at Ranmasama's face. Yep. Did you really?
What are you doing?
I cannot believe that you let that bad boy rip from so far away.
I like it. I mean, there were some things that I liked about Ranmasama's game in there, but as he tends to do, just makes a lot of right choices.
Yeah, and even on stuff that's super hard reads, which is a pretty Nuckledu thing to do. You can see it. Here's that end of the round scenario. He jumps over, and he thought he had that charge for it. Doesn't get it. The trigger comes out, and down, up, kick. And the best part, dude does it with this. Yeah, he gets this grin on his face like, damn, I'm nice.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I remember the flash kick, the regular flash kick, even though it's not fully invincible on the start, it is projectile invincible at the start. So it can get through the beginning of the V-trigger, though.
So what I'm thinking to myself is, if, he was doing those series where Rashid would do down fierce, canceling a tornado, and he was EX flash kicking through, I wonder if he could just do regular flash kick since it's a projectile.
Makes sense to me.
He probably could, right? He was just maybe using EX for security.
Makes sense to me.
So yeah, that's a real interesting scenario. We see that a lot with Ken as well, right? There would be the down fierce, and then you cancel a tornado. It's always Tatsu from Ken.
Right.
So it's probably the same kind of thing with Guile.
I think a lot of characters can do that kind of thing. I haven't really seen it until this week, more or less. I mean, I know it's been secret Trinity tech for a little while, but I haven't seen it a lot. It's definitely something to look at more often.
Yeah, for sure. Just like you guys should be looking at the awesome prices over at the PlayStation Experience. This is where Capcom Cup will be. All this action all year is culminating towards the end of the year for Capcom Cup. $5 off the 2-day early bird pass with code FIGHTMONEY16 at checkout. Checkout is, of course, over at PlayStation.com/experience-tickets, which you can see on your screen in just a second. And as you show up to the Capcom Pro Tour, you'll, of course, be wearing one of these lovely Capcom Pro Tour shirts, which you can get over at Amazon.com/Capcom Pro Tour. Presented by the PlayStation 4. As you sit at home, tweet in to let us know how you feel about SCR 2016 while sitting in your Birde-geared chair wearing a Capcom Pro Tour shirt, watching and waiting for the Capcom Cup at the PlayStation Experience.
Okie doke. Well, we're going to move on to the next one in Winners Top 32. That's Nuki on the left. Been one of the best players in basically any game he wants to for the last 15, 20 years.
Dude, so when we walked in today, Nuki was playing with Justin, Wong.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Karin and Chun, they were playing a bunch, and I was like so curious about why that was, right? I was like trying to think about it. Well, Nuki plays against Mago right now, so he was like, hey, Justin, let's play some games so that when I play against Mago, I can beat this guy. So interesting little situation. When we walked in, we saw them playing this matchup. It's a matchup that I think a lot of Karin players dislike.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's real tough. Because, Karin wants to walk back and forth, play grounded footsies, and do that kind of stuff, right?
Sure.
But you have a character that's Chun-Li. She excels and does better in the grounded footsies, but also has an easier approach that Karin can't really deal with in the air legs. She has a wake-up that's pretty good and tough to deal with as well, right? If she has bar, great footsies, damage output. It's a tough match for Karin.
Yeah, I think you're right. But it's important to study up on it still as the Chun-Li, especially against somebody like Mago, who has been himself one of the best players in the world for a long, long time. And his Karin, it's a little bit of a different style than Justin's.
Oh, definitely.
The ground game is there, but on top of that, he has just excellent tech. He doesn't give up damage opportunities. He doesn't give up setup opportunities. He takes advantage of all of those.
So if I was going to classify their Karins, I think Justin's like an S in footsies and maybe like an A+ and everything else. Mago is like an S+ and everything else, and like an A in footsies.
That seems about right. Yeah, I might put Justin a little bit lower when it comes to
Everything else,
the tech side.
Yeah, tech might be like a C.
Tech might be a C. Everything else about his game is A to S for sure. But,
yeah, Mago's like S+ and everything.
Yeah.
Super, super, super dangerous player. And why I think that he's been the better Karin for a little while in this year now is because he's really optimizing the character, and you'll for sure see it here. Early jump from Mago. I think that's a sign of, you know, the kind of player that Mago is, and also the kind of matchup he's playing where he feels like, yeah, I should jump at the start. There it is. I mean, Mago trying to stick out sweep. Chun-Li just ready.
Oh, that was so sick. OS maybe.
Yeah, I wonder what it's about, right? Meaty, low, strong, a walk up and sweep the jump back tech.
I think was it in a dash forward?
Was it?
I gotta see it again, but it might have been crouching strong, option select, dash forward.
Oh, whip punish on the air leg.
We'll see.
Whatever it was, Mago was certainly ready for it, and it was part of the plan.
For sure.
I'm sure we'll see it more.
Ooh. Oh, nice. Oh, no, he missed it. He didn't get the dash first.
I mean, that's you know, best players in the world. We still mess up stuff like that.
For sure. It's they're human.
It's a hard video game. Pressure now, and you got to be careful if you're Mago in the corner. You see that roundhouse?
Oh, he's getting too nutsy there. Yeah, but it can be crouched under, as you saw.
Right. Oh, the shoulder crushed, and that'll be dash, and that should be the round. It's first round Mago. You can see, really, Mago's doing a good job on the ground, but he's making his approach unpredictable, right? It's whether it's going to be shoulder, dash a button, jump. There's so many ways that he's making this approach look tough to deal with. And it seems like Nuki just really is not prepared for Mago to be playing this quick so early. It's just really fast-paced play from him.
Nice, fierce.
And confirm into the Tenko. No anti-air from Nuki either.
There it is. Okay, yeah, I like it. You know, Karin just builds V-meter so quickly that to spend it like that, I think is a great choice. The opponent gives up regular meter, you can take advantage.
Yeah, it gives the great life even too, and he got the throw after, so it was extra damage.
Wow, wake up jab. Yes, confirms it this time. No execution issues there. Mago with the risk, but pays off.
Another confirm from Nuki. It was that low jab. And wow, I'm surprised backdash didn't get caught from Mago, but still, Mago on lots of resources, including trigger. It's going to be damage. Not three. Oh. Yeah, didn't have all the bar.
No, it's very
jump over. Gotta be careful.
Super's in there though. Oh, okay. Mago comes in and just gets the grab.
Just takes the grab. And first game Mago over Nuki.
Who's that in the shadows? Ah, Haitani.
Haitani. I know. He really was in the shadows.
In the shadows.
We couldn't even see him. He was hiding over there. It doesn't look like Nuki has anybody on his side. The rest of the Japanese players staying out of this. Saying, yeah, I don't want to deal with these two. It's in a long flight home.
What a great call on the shoulder time.
He's using that a lot in this matchup just to deal with the fact that the neutral, you know, it's not always amazing for Karin. And because, you know, Nuki's worried about that grounded shoulder approach, that's when he gets away with the jumps, when he gets away with walking up and playing footsies.
It's also an issue for Karin to deal with air legs. She just doesn't really have those fast anti-airs. But so far, I liked how Mago has dealt with it. He's been backdashing. He's been not in that position a lot of the time. Right. Wow, fierce on the punish. Big damage coming up.
Low jab Birde. One more to do it.
Oh, and he blocked. He was patient. There it is. And a very delayed crouching short, by the way. Just in case there had been an EX uppercut right there, he would have blocked.
Right, so you block after the shoulder, which is negative, but not unsafe. You wait to see if there's uppercut, then you hit a button. Just enough time so that you can cover your options. It's really great. That was a checkmate from Nuki. No confirm on low medium kick from Mago. He's usually really good about that. Jab check and confirm from Nuki. You see that jab will counter hit the low medium kick, and you late cancel it into the Birde.
Anti-air still a problem for Karin, but Mago takes advantage.
Yeah, you know, he does a really great job of letting his opponent strike. Okay, big combo now for Mago.
Oh, overhead. He went for it? Seriously? Will he just go for the kill? Oh, I'm very surprised to see him save that bar. That can be a big risk. Against a character like Chun-Li has comeback potential for days.
Oh, but he gets away with it. Not only did he get away with the overhead hokey doke, saves the resources, corners himself, and then still gets the round. A lot went right for Mago there. But now full meter for both players. Both of them real great about hit confirming into this, so both characters can land these CAs pretty easily.
So good of Mago to be playing not so much in footsie's range. He's just not there very often. He's jumping, he's way out of it, he's doing command dash, he's getting shoulder. He's just not in that range that I think Chun-Li kind of controls in this matchup.
The jab check again from Nuki. Okay, baited the throw and now has pressure. And V-trigger, Mago just pops it even though it's not on hit. Corner positioning now. And you see, yeah, you're right. He backs out of the footsies range.
He's not in that range. He's done such a good job at that.
Oh, missed the throw.
Oh, anti-air was not there.
Oh, this should be CA, yeah.
He saved it exactly for this.
Was hoping to get the kill on it, and he doesn't.
Oh, Chun-Li's alive. Nuki, still in there. Match point Mago. He needs anything to get the hit, anything to get the kill. Maybe not, though. There it is!
The jab as a reversal, and Mago over Nuki for winner's top 16. Scary jab. If that low-medium kick hit or something, Critical Art was on deck.
It was for sure a risk. That was the game either way. But Mago had a game to spare, and Nuki did not.
Right.
So that Karin play I thought was really instructive on how to deal with this matchup.
Oh,
he just
great.
wasn't in that footsie's range for almost all of the time. He danced in and out of it very well.
You'll see, yeah, he's full screen away.
Right.
Why be near her when you can approach in so many other ways? There's this little throw series.
It was a crouching jab, I think, from Chun. And then you see the little stutter first before the second crouching jab came out. It was not an immediate crouching jab. Yeah, and
just the look on his face.
Thought it was going to work out.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about it is, one thing I think Mago really excels in this matchup, you mentioned out of footsie range, right?
Yes.
And a lot of it, and he approaches with shoulder or with jump or with dash, right?
Yeah.
Something just quick and explosive.
And a lot of the jumps were at like that maximum jump roundhouse range.
Like super far out.
Right, yeah. So that if he hadn't pressed the button, he would have just whiffed, and the anti-airs wouldn't have been legit.
Right, so you would have stuck out light kick, it would have whiffed, and he'd done low medium kick when he lands, gets in there and hit confirms it, right?
So
but the other thing
really
that he was good about is that Chun-Li would do something, and then he would instantly counter poke.
Yeah.
Mago's real good about like, all right, you took your turn with the button, now I'm going to, boom, low strong, low medium kick, hit confirm, right?
Look,
He's so good at that.
I think that's part of this tech style of play, of knowing all of the frame data and knowing exactly when you can more or less safely press buttons. Of course, Chun-Li could have brought out an EX bird kick or something. That's very unlikely, of course. And so he did take advantage when she was at all at frame disadvantage.
Yes.
He moved first. He knew he could move first, and he did.
And not only do you have to have the knowledge of all of that, but you have to be able to implement that into a game just instantly.
Reactions aren't very important.
100%. You see this move and your brain knows that is this on block, my button is this, and you hit it. And it just takes training and playing.
Before we get into this next match, which promises to be a good one, I just want to let you know that off-stream, Flash beat SD Pinoy, Filipnoman beat Stupendous, Ricky beat Snake Eyes, and Gamer B beat Yusuf.
So, Yusuf out of the tournament, no gifts, as both Stupendous and Snake Eyes lose to Chun-Li.
Pretty tough draw on both sides.
I mean, brackets go as brackets go, but we've got a sick match coming up. I have no idea what to expect out of this.
All right, well, it's going to be EG Momochi on the right. Maybe the best player in the world right now?
Probably.
And his opponent is going to be R Kappa, KFGC, XYZZY.
Hey, all I want to know is if somebody at R Kappa can send me one of those Birde shirts he's got, I'd be a big fan.
Do you want the KFGC? Are you part of the KFGC?
Dude, this shirt the design is so sick that I'm down.
Okay.
I'm down for this.
All right. Well, it's very interesting to see how he approaches this. This seems to me like a match that Ken can kind of maul in. He just moves so well.
But I feel like the wall that is Birde is so tough to get past.
For sure it can be, and nobody has set up that wall better than XYZZY.
It's really one of those things where Ken has to claw his way over this wall of Birde normals, and once he gets in there, that's where he really has to shine. But if there's anybody better at playing slow grounded footsies with Ken, it's Momochi. He's the guy to do it.
Momochi's the best at it. But the approach from very early on, and he won't commonly do that. He'll commonly wake up with stand short. I can't believe he went for that against Momochi.
He started with it, and Momochi had to jump forward over it, but look at the stun gauge up there from Momochi.
Crouching fierce, dug off.
It's the best. Momochi does have the punish on that down fierce.
Again, do you see the stand short consistently?
The wake up buttons. And the sweep afterwards, too. Momochi now takes advantage. No meter spent on that combo, so he's got a couple of stocks.
Great tech, and now Momochi has to fight his way back in.
It's this wall of Birde. You can see that the button, that was a trade on low jab with Fireball from half screen.
Still blocking there, no V reversal.
Oh,
he's fishing for it. And if even Momochi does not whiff punish something, then I feel it's legit.
It's like unwhiff punishable. Oh, the dash up. Great reactions from Momochi, but out of range for what he tried.
Wake up back strong!
The check. Momochi, so ready for it.
They both know so well what the options are of the opponent after they get a dash up or a run up.
Yeah,
that's a huge part of this game, is knowing all of the setups like that. It's not so much that there are cross-up setups anymore. It's just like an SF4. It's, does the opponent get a free dash after this? Do they get a free dash after this? If not, you got to punish.
Great punish from Momochi on sweep. He did reversal EX Tatsu. That'll punish a few things in this matchup, including the chain on block.
Yo, -9.
Yeah, Momochi does not know, it seems. Nobody's swinging at Momochi with down fierce in Japan, I guess. But
like, nobody was swinging at all with down fierce anywhere except for people who played against XYZZY and men RD. So
walk up command throw after the roundhouse from Ken.
I like that attempt with the stand roundhouse there, going for the crush. Considering that he saw Momochi wake up with buttons before.
Man, it's been such a close match both times so far between these two. Okay, this is the big chance for Momochi now. Corner carry. Overhead. It just keeps it simple.
Too far for the short punish. Does work.
V-trigger still on deck for Birde.
So now, as Birde, the question is, how do you get in? How do you deal with this damage? He's not the wall anymore.
Yeah, he is definitely not the wall. It's now Momochi. Autocorrect DP, chase down, the throw would have done it, so he had to tech.
Really not any time to throw out a can, nothing to throw out a banana. He just has to find some hit into trigger.
Ooh, Momochi almost whip punish.
Wow, overhead. He got jumped over before with that overhead and got punished big time. No anti-air!
And there it is from Momochi. He just took advantage that, you know, he's walking back and forth, and he doesn't expect Momochi to be the one to approach.
Yeah, he was only playing a ground game. XYZZY, sometimes you can tell when somebody's only focusing on the ground or only on anti-air. Clearly, I feel he was just looking at the ground. I think Momochi recognized the same thing. And that's why those jumps work. Birde has great anti-airs, right?
Yeah.
Crouching strong is very strong.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're not expecting it, then you don't get the anti-air in time.
Yeah, he has all that meter. He's probably looking, how do I whip punish with medium punch, headbutt, super?
For sure.
How do I get this? Oh my god, he jumped. It's just one of those things you don't expect, and Momochi, perfect timing on it. There's that anti-air we just talked about.
Even if it's a trade, that's fine. Punish there. It can be safe if done at maximum range or meaty, but not there.
Right, now Momochi on this offense. Swung with the fierce, but out of range. Punish.
Again, not safe.
Yeah. A lot of these Birde normals are so strong. Auto combo. And this is such a great round for Momochi. And there it is.
Very, very safely was looking for stuff. Really nothing too much committed. Now hopefully we're going to see a double perfect so we get to see that happen the whole time.
That would be great.
It would be great. Probably not going to happen.
Didn't happen there, didn't it? Yep. Not going to happen. Checks from... Man, he used that overhead so often, but Momochi with a reaction to the dash with back medium punch. Hit confirms the fierce. Double overhead. Man, it's such an interesting button choice.
Oh, well, okay, maybe that's part of why he does it.
Stuffed out of the air.
Right. It's a preemptive anti-air as well. And he does it, if you notice, he does it at a range where if the opponent does jump, then he can anti-air it. So I think that makes a lot more sense now having seen it.
Oh, he canceled the down fierce. Didn't get a punish. Momochi double uppercut, but not going to be in there. And V-trigger spent. He still has options like jump hurricane. Oh, out of the range.
Momochi got away.
One more.
A confirm can do it.
There it is. And that'll be Momochi. Hit confirming. Gonna get big damage at the end of this. And there it is. Momochi 2-0.
He just played that so well. At all aspects of the game, he played that super well. I liked some of XYZZY's ideas.
Right.
The overhead, like we were talking about, that's pretty sick. It anti-airs preemptively as well, not just the overhead. But, I mean, he had... I guess it felt to me like he started to need, in his own mind, to bring in unsafe stuff. The down forward fierce, the big shoulder check. Those are not safe.
No, definitely
They
not.
can get through things, they can get under things, but you got to make sure that they hit.
Yeah, you can see it back to this situation here. Momochi had that trigger on deck, and it was just the whiff. He was pixels.
So close. I think if he had piloted that a little bit farther, it would have worked out.
And the confirm from Momochi afterwards, that is, of course, dead. And Momochi, he's so good about confirming and spacing and all that, but I feel like it's crazy to watch a Ken be that comfortable and neutral against Birde. It usually looks so opposite, right? It usually looks like Birde is like just dunking Ken in neutral.
For sure. But Momochi plays a different mid-range game than everybody else.
Yeah.
Right? He is, I mean, that's part of why we think he's the best player right now.
That was why that was such a cool match, is because that Birde player, XYZZY, plays a different style than we ever see anybody play. Momochi plays a different Ken style than we've ever seen. So it's like, going into that, I had no idea what it would look like.
Yeah, like I've seen other people play it plenty of times, but...
Yeah, I've seen Birde versus Ken a ton.
Of course.
But that was the first time I've seen Birde versus Ken.
I think you're right. I think that's future Birde versus Ken that only 2 or 3 people in the world are playing right now.
Yeah, nobody's playing Birde and Ken like that.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. 2 years from now, you're going to watch this match, and it's going to look the same as that.
Yeah,
from 2 years in the future.
Right, probably so. That happened with
Except
SF4 a lot.
Birde will have EX Can, V-Trigger, Season 2 throws across the screen or something. You know?
Yeah. But the same thing happens in every game. You go back a couple years and you look at what was top play at the time, and you think, wow, anybody could beat these folks now. That always happens. Games develop.
That's what's so cool about events like this, right? You get to see players who, you know, Korea and Japan here in Southern California playing in a bracket. It's really awesome. We now have one of the Balrog players who made top 32 here, which is really impressive. We had a couple of them, right? We had PR Rog, who we saw lose earlier to Tatarian.
Yeah. And Javi.
And Javi now.
CKD Javi. He beat GAM Kava from the Dominican Republic. I thought one of the players I was looking at to make top 8 here.
Right, yeah.
I feel that that's, you know, Balrog I think is not a bad character. I think he gets a lot of hate. But he does have some problems. Certainly. One of the matchups, though, that I think he does great in is Ryu. I really think he controls that matchup well. And
I totally agree, yeah.
That was the matchup. So Kava kind of fighting uphill. Javi played it fantastically well. And now his reward is to play another one of the best players in the world.
Yes.
Kamba Doyu Xiaohai.
Who is, of course, playing Cammy. You know, a matchup where we saw Xiaohai play against the Balrog. I'm trying to think recently. I think it was Alucard, maybe in team tournament or maybe in the main tournament. I'm trying to remember, but he was completely controlled. He played super well. I think in this matchup, the thing about Cammy is that if she can start and she can get in there, she'll be okay. It's if Balrog can really start to crush and get those big openings. That's when it's going to be a problem for her.
By the way, that was yesterday, yeah.
Right, we saw the Cammy, right?
Right, Xiaohai beat Alucard's boxer.
Right.
I really like that stand roundhouse, by the way. It actually beat the crouching medium kick at max range.
It's a surprisingly good normal just in footsies, right? As a counter poke to intercept a lot of things.
No doubt.
Speaking of
Fishes
counter
for
poke,
it would have been safe on block, would have been advantaged on block even.
Advantage, yeah. Crouching medium punch from Balrog, I think one of the better counter pokes from anybody. A lot of characters have low medium punch counter poke, but that is the round for Xiaohai, who instead controlled the match pretty much start to end.
He got in, he did what he needed to do. And it's hard for Balrog to get opponents off of him. He does not have... Wow, okay.
Okay, that's the kind of reaction time and whip punishing you expect from Xiaohai.
It is, but it's hard. Once you see that as Javi, you think, wow, you just took away one of my most important tools.
Yeah,
how am I going to do a dash punch?
Yeah, I should never dash punch. Why?
Just tried it. That was maximum.
It's so terrifying, right? When you feel like options are shut down, it just boils the game down to, okay, I'm only allowed to do these things,
right.
And the player just stops it.
And that's never real. That's just a feeling that the opponent instills in you. You have to do what your character does.
And Javi's still doing it, which is a good sign. Xiaohai lands dive kick and confirms. It's such great spacing, although the wake-up buttons from Javi work out.
Javi, patient. Again, he really just doesn't have good defensive options. He has to block it out. Or find... Okay, did find an opportunity. Oh, overhead!
He's not going to have that second bar, so he can't keep it up.
That was so important. That second bar would have been it. That would have been the round. Instead, he barely did not have it.
That is the difference in that little bit of meter. It was round for Javi or Xiaohai with the wake-up uppercut risk. And
yeah,
you know what?
There still needed to be a risk on Xiaohai's side, and he did do it.
And I mean, you can take a look at that again, but his ability to take risks on uppercuts and stuff like that is so good. Oh no.
Boy.
Round one.
Oh man, even the bridge of the nose, huh?
You know,
it's not just the brow, it's the bridge of the nose even. Everything needed a massage there.
Yeah, it's bad. That's bad times. Whip punish, Xiaohai on that low medium kick from Balrog.
It definitely does look like a tough matchup. Again, he just doesn't have defensive options there. Even if he has EX, a true meaty will beat it out.
Right, so if your pressure is real, which Xiaohai's pressure will be, you are in trouble, and this is... Okay, it was almost the round.
That said, Cammy, not much life. If she takes a risk and gets crushed, Balrog with the damage output that he has, he's really just 2 or 3 mix-ups away from taking this thing.
Surprised there hasn't been instant overhead from Xiaohai in a couple of those jump-ins so far.
I think he's just playing safety.
Yeah, probably.
There's just no need to take big risks. But here it is. Whoa. Again, just a couple of mix-ups away. The grab! One more might do it!
One more to stun. Maybe instant overhead.
Oh, he's going to get out.
Chip.
No, I thought, right, of course.
You thought he was going to escape, right?
I did, but no, you're right. There was no reason to escape there. Just go for the chip.
Just go for the chip. And he was already in trigger, so no way to get away. Usually that is an option from Cammy to get out of the corner and just panic away. But yeah, it was just chip. So now, match point Xiaohai. Corner carry. Oh, baited throw, but not in range to punish.
How much of this match has been caught in the corner?
I think we've only seen this corner for 90% of the match so far. Juggle. Yeah. Xiaohai is 1 hit from taking this. But yeah, unsafe. A little high on the dive kick. Javi has a chance. And Xiaohai playing so safe. No button.
Well, look at that range. If Balrog dashes at you at that range.
Oh, the whip punish again. He's close to building another critical art for Chip, so if Javi goes in, but whiff punish. Xiaohai.
Clean. Such a perfect understanding of the matchup. He whiff punished things when he needed to, That didn't even come up much, though. It was mostly just him pressuring in a way that he can do against Balrog. Balrog, like I said, does not have very good defensive tools in this game, and Cammy has fantastic offensive ones.
Yes.
And that, you really saw, that sort of battle not work out at all for Balrog.
Yeah, exactly. And the few times they went back to this neutral game, right, it was just immediate. Balrog would try anything to move forward. Xiaohai shuts it down. Whether it's a whip punish, whether it's preemptive fierce on dash punch, whether it's, dive kicks just to get in and stuff like that. It was like every neutral option that Balrog feels like he should have, Xiaohai shut down.
And there were definitely moments as well where Xiaohai understood his opponent's character well enough. For example, towards the end there, in that last round, when there was a grab and then Balrog dashed forward and did roundhouse, zero reason to do anything as Cammy.
Just block.
Right. Balrog at that range doesn't have a grab opportunity. If he's going to go for the V-skill overhead or something, you can see that first.
Yeah,
right?
It's slower.
Right, for sure. Just block it out. And that's exactly what Xiaohai did. He has the reactions to react to it if there had been an overhead, for sure.
Yeah.
So he played it, I think, so well. That looked really tough, I got to say. That looked like a tough one.
Yeah.
Both Javi and Alucard, two of the best boxers we have in this country, shut down by the same guy.
All right, well, we have tons of really awesome matches coming up. The next one I see is Haitani versus ChrisG. Afterwards, Balrog versus Filipnoman, and a few other marquee matches coming up. We're going to take a little break. Be back with those in just a minute.
Here from Daigo, quite rare. Justin's first jump in a while here. Oh wow, a double jump. There's the jump back jab again. This could be super. Justin is going to eliminate Daigo Umehara. Oh my god, this offense is just ridiculous.
Oh my god, that is
Poison.
Oh, he's gonna get hit.
Oh my god. Oh! He took the risk!
And here, no, he chooses the safer option.
We should not do this one. Look. See, this is how this been moving shines. Patience game. Oh, god. He's got on deck. Luffy needs to do something. Oh and that's it.
The beast is in the house. He's in the house.
Hey, what's up? Welcome back to SCR 2016. Top 32 going down to top 16. We are focusing on the winners side. If you want to check out the SF5 brackets, you can do so. They're at smash.gg and also flowko.tv, floko.tv.
Yeah, both places. Do you know if the Smash GG ones are all the way updated to right now?
I don't know that.
I'm not sure. I know the Flow KO ones are.
They are indeed. They're like live updated. It's pretty great.
Right, and they've had some of the on-stream matches that have been going on. We've got ourselves another one of these matches. Udeal's Haitani on the right from Japan, and ChrisG with Guile from America. And, you know, winner of this match will play Tatarian for top 8, I found out. So, it's going to be an interesting one. Okay. We'll see. Early jump from ChrisG. Not answered super amazingly from Haitani. I'm surprised he blocked right, because Guile, you know, he does have flash kick, but not invincible without meter. So you really don't have to respect it.
It does have upper body invincibility at the start, which can be okay for anti-airs.
Yeah, but as a reversal, not the business.
It's not the greatest.
Early stun for Haitani. Great pressure so far, and ChrisG didn't really have options for it in the corner.
Hey, the walk back, he confirms it. Nicely done. And now ChrisG is just stuck. What do? Sweep or something into trigger at least? Okay, yeah, Spheres is a trigger.
Spent meter too.
Okay, so he feels he can have a chance to do this, I guess. Jump back short, the OS tech.
And it got him the round. That's the best part, right? When your option select to be it throws and strikes happens to hit somebody in the air and win you the game. That's why that stuff is important.
Trolling. Nicely done.
The knee behind.
Oh, that's so cute. That can be very unsafe if done point blank like that, but because the booms were there, it was a Doom beam to save him. I'm telling you, he's playing Morgan Doom.
Yeah, dude. He literally, Haitani saw that and was like, why would you even knee here? Let me just hit a oh.
Yeah.
Okay. It's definitely Morgan Doom.
Although I guess that'd be missiles. Hey, it's alright.
Yeah, I can probably miss.
It's alright, it's alright.
It's the matchup, dude. He's playing beam. Anti-air on Wake Up. ChrisG was so ready for it. It was a great little trap to have the projectile out.
Look, I think what I'm impressed by right now is Chris is he does not need to press buttons. He's being very patient. Okay, well now he's caught. Now it's bad news for him. But for a lot of this match, he's been really not doing a whole lot. Throwing a boom.
Oh, what a neutral jump. Not enough.
Could have gotten bigger damage there.
You see, so Chris does that, I think, more than any other Guile, right? That low medium kick you expect to be canceled into the overhead, because there's a target combo, but he just does low medium kick, then another one, then the target combo.
Dang, he did jump fiercely. He would be over that boom. That was so sick.
Yeah, got him. I think it was the jump heavy kick or whatever it was.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, jump roundhouse is what I meant to say. Not jump fierce.
Flash. Okay, sweep. He gets the corner carry.
Oh, boy.
It's huge damage. Yes, CA as well. Doesn't spend.
Next confirm for sure. Crouching jab.
Haitani's okay spending that V reversal, of course. He's got a pretty sizable lead.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, at this point, he wants to react to a boom is what I'm betting. It didn't come there.
Yeah, he was a bit far.
Oh, that thing works from 2/3 screen, dude.
Yeah, it is real far. You're right. And playing patient. You see Haitani not reversaling with buttons or doing anything too silly.
Oh, I love Haitani's style right now. He just doesn't need to take any risks.
Yeah, and he's close to having chip available too.
At this point, why not spend meter if you're Chris? There's no more round after this.
Right, so you got to use it.
All right, do something with it.
It doesn't lead to much.
Oh, but Chris tried to get in there and get a punish. He was too late. Might have been able to just sweep, but I think, you know, sweep is not too consequential, especially as Guile, because you got the secondary sweep that comes afterwards. So you just don't really get that much out of it.
Right. You see a little bit of coaching from Mago to Haitani. Dang, Haitani's doing the no-look thumbs up. He's not even looking at him. It is the I'm staring directly at the screen hitting you with a thumbs up because I'm prepared for this match. This is to get into top 16 winners here at SCR.
ChrisG thinking hard.
Yeah.
We talked about this yesterday, but he doesn't really believe in Guile. He
certainly
likes
not.
Guile a lot, but he doesn't think that the character's that great.
He likes Guile to play. He thinks it's fun.
Exactly.
Yeah. But the strength of the character, he's not so sure about.
He's not so sure about. Other people will tell you differently. But, I mean, you know, that's his experience, and he's certainly strong with the character.
Right.
So the reason I bring that up is that if you don't believe very strongly in your character, it can be tougher to even find what to do.
Right.
Because you think, my character just isn't that good, he just doesn't have those tools. What am I supposed to do about that?
Yeah, you think, well, what's my answer? My character doesn't have it. All right, loops. Close
It's
to
just
stun.
kind of a mental barrier to actually finding the true response.
One more for stun. The V reversal gets rid of stun gauge as well as creates some space for himself out of range.
That jump roundhouse is doing work.
I like that as a button in this matchup. Counter hits again, and Haitani great confirms, of course. Walk up pressure. He's keeping it nice and simple. Chris's defense, you know, he's had not terrible defense. Okay, punish. No, he missed. Even that was a chance for Chris. You know, his defense hasn't been terrible, but he's just been on the defensive so much that you're going to eventually get hit.
Yeah, at some point of blocking, it's just not going to keep up.
Right. You can only play on defense so long, and if, you know, 90% of the match is you in the corner on defense, you're going to get hit eventually. You can only be the best for so long. Whiff punish attempt from Haitani's no good. Jump roundhouse is the best, huh?
Well, it is really strong. I just like it in this matchup because it gets over anti-air boom.
Yeah, it sticks him out horizontally. Whiff punish from Chris on the Seismo.
And you can really see the sweep just doesn't lead to that much consequential stuff from Guile.
Right, because he has to whiff the second hit, and by the time he does that whole ring around the rosy, you're already up. The first round, really, we've seen a ton of Seismo out of Haitani.
It hasn't seemed like he's needed the V-trigger, to be perfectly honest. A lot of the times he's just been using it for V-reversal anyway to maintain pressure.
Chris gets the corner carry, a huge amount of it, actually.
Trigger's ready. Oh, he just pops. Okay, no V-reversals anymore this round.
Yeah, just goes for the raw trigger. Out of range for throw, and Chris finds one of himself.
He feigned the button, hoping to bait something, and then he decided to go in anyway. I love that little mix-up that happens in 2 seconds. Not even 2 seconds.
Oh, big back fierce to check, too. Chris has got a great round for himself so far. Haitani, lots of resources, and of course, V-trigger to work with. V-reversal, 100% going to work in that scenario. And what a lead for Chris. He's playing this round so well.
He went in, and as a result, you know, there was a risk by Haitani there. It was not guaranteed, but the risk allowed him to pressure. Again!
Man, Chris might be giving it away on just on that. Okay,
throw. The little crawl. He crawled right up in there and did the work he needed to do!
Got him. No, and it's going to be V-reversal.
He did. He got it in time.
Yeah,
you can't do that against every super in the game, but he did there.
Yeah, he had the gauge to do it. Oh! No, it was a missed input from Haitani.
If he had done flash kick, I'm sure he would have had charge. It's just a question of whether you see it in time. Can he get in there?
Time on the clock.
Can he get in there?
Oh,
he did not!
He gets interrupted, and there it is. Haitani over ChrisG. You saw that misinput, that command throw?
Yeah.
That's the problem from Necalli having uppercut and also a command throw input. If you're down back and then you try to switch to uppercut input, you'll often get the command throw.
Gotcha.
So that's what happened to Haitani. Here's the replay on that.
Here. This was a scramble at the end.
We'll see it. This is where he gets the stomp. He tries it, but there's, of course, V-reversal on deck. And you can see when Chris jumps, he wants the uppercut, but he gets the miss input because command throw input. Yeah, he wants it.
You're right. Yeah, that was for sure what he wanted there.
And he just wasn't ready for it. Now the walk down, and Chris, you know, he has to run in there, and Haitani's just waiting.
There's only so much time, and that's a very safe moment to press stand strong. Like, what's the penalty? If Guile had jumped, you would have blocked in time for whatever.
Right.
And blocking at that point is okay. Like, you have the life lead. It's fine.
Right. And the only thing that Chris could have done to win there is instead of the forward medium kick, if he predicted a button, he could have done low medium kick maybe.
Yeah.
But it's like he has to go in. He's
just assuming
he's assuming Haitani's going to run away to the corner.
Yeah.
And so like he's trying to chase, and Haitani smartly sticks out that button.
It's something that often happens at the end of a round where there needs to be a comeback like that. Somebody will run, and then just find an opportunity.
Yeah.
Right. And it's, you know, the intention is find that opportunity when the opponent least expects it.
Yeah.
To get the dash forward, the jump in, the stand strong, whatever it is, to do something. Question is, when's it going to come? And you don't know, right?
Yeah.
As Chris, maybe a second later than that, maybe a second earlier than that. So.
Yeah, you never know.
And each one of those buttons is the round under.
It even was a second earlier. He hit a button right before he hit the last one. He hit a button, and then he did like 2 more back dashes, and then he hit another one. So Chris is just like, it's hard to know. But that was for winners top 16, so Chris still in the tournament.
Yeah,
ChrisG still has a chance. Haitani will be playing against Tatarian for top 8. And I know that they played in Japan. I know that Julio did as well. They played in a couple of team tournaments. Chris beat Haitani in the team tournament. It was just one match, though. It was a close one. So we'll see maybe how that match goes when we get to that. That's for top 8 later today. Obviously, they're going to play in top 16 first.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some really, really strong matches coming up still. We've got Balrog versus Filipnoman, which is, of course, being set up on the stage right now.
Yeah.
Long history between these two in Street Fighter 4. You know, SCR, like, I think 2014, the year K-Brad won.
Yeah, 14.
Was when these two played in Street Fighter 4, and Balrog lost to Filipnoman. He lost to him in Street Fighter 4. He lost to him like 4 times, and Filipnoman never lost to Balrog. But this is a new game.
Record.
In this game, I think they've only played once, and Filipnoman won when Eduardo was mostly playing Necalli.
Necalli, yeah. I mean, I think I would expect Necalli in this matchup, but I guess we'll see what he does.
I can tell you that. Oh, you know what? Actually, Eduardo told me that he doesn't mind Balrog versus Chun-Li.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, that's what he said. But to me, the reason that Filipnoman has such a good record against Balrog, I think his style just works really well against Balrog. It's the slippery, sort of evasive, but also assert your own will kind of style that Filipnoman has, heavy on movement and stuff. And Balrog really is that kind of player too, right? He wants to assert offense.
For sure.
He wants to move forward and hit buttons, but Filipnoman is so unconventional and so slippery himself that Balrog really can't find him on the screen to hit him and really get started.
Yeah, I'm impressed by all aspects of Filipnoman's game. There's no other way for somebody to get top 9 at EVO 2 times and consistently do well at tournaments that he does travel to.
Dude, and never travel. Like he comes out to like 3 events a year, and he gets like 9th or top 8 at all of them.
Pretty much.
Top 8 at SCR last year, he got like what, 4th or something like that. After losing first round, I think it was
4th or 3rd. It was up there.
Yeah, he got super far in the tournament, and that's the thing about Filipnoman. You know, he's in school, so he can't play it. He can't come out and travel a ton. But when he does get a chance, he's super strong, and he does well.
Yeah, he's for sure a strong player. I like the Chun pick for him. I think that character makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Not just because, of course, she's strong, but because he gets to play a similar game to the Rose that he played before.
Yeah.
She still has these great normal mid-range buttons. She has the fireball. She has close medium kick, a.k.a.
air legs.
Air legs.
Yeah.
So I find a lot of similarities between the two. I like the pick a lot.
Filipnoman really good about figuring out those situations where it's like, okay, you are going to tech here, which is air legs, a.k.a. in the other game, he'd do neutral medium kick with Rose.
Forbidden Duck on Twitter says that Rog and Filipnoman played again at EVO.
Yeah.
And Rog lost.
Yeah, so I think he's lost to him maybe twice in this game already.
Gotcha.
In the last game, yeah, he beat Eduardo a few times. He beat him at EVO one year, you know, the year that Eduardo did not make in top 8 in Street Fighter 4 EVO. I think that was 2015? Or, no, 2014 maybe. I think Filipnoman beat him that year as well. He has a real strong record against Eduardo. But that was before Balrog is in this game.
Yeah.
But it looks like Necalli is the pick, huh?
Okay, yeah.
You know, Filipnoman also beat Haitani in this matchup early in the year. He beat him 4 straight rounds against Necalli with Chun-Li.
Well, we'll see what he lands on.
Yeah, Filipnoman just has a good record against the character Necalli, and like he just talked about it, and he's like, I think the character is so straightforward and easy to beat with Chun-Li. He's just like, it just makes sense to me.
I really like how Filipnoman talks about the game. Some people are afraid to say that their character is sick, that their character has good options.
He's like, my character's best.
He's very upfront about that. And when he played Rose, he thought Rose was good, but he was legit about what her weaknesses were too. Like he's not the kind of guy that overvalues or undervalues his character. I think he's really smart about it.
He's very honest. And that's important, you know, when you understand the strength of your character. One thing about Filipnoman, you can see, yeah, he's not afraid of the options in neutral against Necalli. He'll just walk up. And you got to keep in mind, he's slippery, he's hard to pin down, and Eduardo has this walk forward offensive style, right? Wake up buttons from Filipnoman going to be a big thing. Lots of wake up jab. When you finally feel like, all right, I'm going to stuff this wake up jab, wake up Birde.
He's definitely active.
Yeah, he's really tough to pin down on his own wake up.
Wow, jump medium kick, huh?
Yeah, Eduardo was ready for the air legs, and of course, instead it's a regular jump instead. Filipnoman does a good job of switching between the two. Now pressure for Eduardo. He's got the trigger, but so does Filipnoman. That means any big button into pop could be huge. All right, just spends it on the medium kick. Overhead clips. Oh, he went for another one.
Again, there's that active play, and right into the confirm into super. It should be the round.
Yeah, I mean, that's the issue with Filipnoman, right? You try to smother him on wake up. No, he's got buttons. You try to get in there, make sure you have the meaty. It's Birde or counter pokes or something else, right? So it's like, he really is tough to pin down. Not only just in the way he moves on wake up, but also just in the way he moves in neutral. You never know when he's actually going to play slow or suddenly just get in. Yeah, just like that.
It's big strength of this character. She has, you know, she's the best, okay? She has the best mid-range, but she also has excellent pressure, and it's up to her which one to do at any one moment.
Right,
she can turn it on
That's
instantly.
super a strength of Filipnoman, too.
You're right. He always was good at that with Rose as well. Always slippery. Always knew exactly when to come in and when to stay out. Right now, though, I really like how Balrog is playing. I like the mobility backwards. See that? Backdash. Didn't want to deal with air legs. He was right. It came right then.
Matching the mobility of Filipnoman.
I think that's a strength of Necalli. He has that good dash, especially in trigger, but even without, he's
With
pretty legit.
punish.
Dang! All right.
Big tag, and now he's got offense. Oh, yeah, it made it whiff? Is that the game because of it? I can't believe overhead made uppercut whiff. That's that.
Didn't that happen earlier in that round, too?
I don't know. I mean, I know she could low profile with low medium kick, but that was like media overhead, huh? Dang, Filipnoman was ready. He knows all the setups, and that's a terrifying Filipnoman because he did not lab setups in the last game.
Right.
All of his setups were just, this looks about the right time. He jumps in and does a cool setup. He did have some real ones, right? But man, Filipnoman all over Balrog.
Yeah, I remember him in SF4 saying that he would just whiff buttons randomly before people get up because they think it's going to be a legit setup.
Yeah,
and it wasn't.
Genius. The micro strategy. Wait, oh man, big roundhouse. But look at Filipnoman in there on the legs.
I'm watching Balrog have a really tough time knowing when to do anything against Filipnoman. When is the time to go in? When is the time to press buttons?
He at least gets the uppercut, but it's just the one hit.
At least, I mean, he did get the side switch out of it, which is pretty good, actually.
Yeah, another series where Filipnoman hit a button. Will he challenge again? It was the wake-up button. Juggle. Not enough, but Instant Stomp will do it. And Filipnoman, 3 rounds now where he's looked so strong against Eduardo. It's so tough to figure him out. And when he says that, he just knows how to beat this character. You can see it.
You can see it.
He just has all the right ideas about what to do. And you have, you know, a defensive Necalli versus a Chun now who does not know when to move in or when to go for the Seismo.
Right, like when to poke and what to poke with. I think he was trying to poke underneath the stand fierce, but instead it was air legs, and that got right through.
Jump over, not in time on the fireball. He does get meaty here.
It's going to have to be a big change in style for sure. I mean, Balrog cannot just play this mid-range. He needs to go in.
Oh, missed a combo. Filipnoman still with the lead, though.
Super.
And then lots of meter.
Ah.
Yes.
Both have super now. Very risky to try. Ah, okay. Didn't try another Seismo. Oh!
Crushed. And a lot of damage quickly eaten from Filipnoman. A little active on his
Seismo,
wake
or is he going to bait this stuff? No, he goes in for the grab. Love it. Love it. After
Surprise.
having, well, I think it's genius. He had been moving backwards. He had done a couple of Seismos, and that I think is a message to Filipnoman to say, yeah, look for something I'm going to do. It's now you're in reaction mode. Speaking of reactions,
there it is, and that's going to be a huge corner carry. The setup after this isn't huge, but you know, you got a lot of damage in corner carry.
I like the idea of going with that overhead. There's a lot of range on it. It can crush too. You can get over buttons.
Yeah, Filipnoman leads behind that fireball, missed the air legs, and Eduardo takes advantage of it. Trigger, and he will not spend CA, instead just the bar.
He knew it was overhead. There was no low block in there from Eduardo.
No, not at all. Oh, the low medium kick missed time. That'll low profile the uppercut. Big damage from Eduardo. And meaty. Overhead again. God, I was expecting overhead into EX Birde. Close to CA is Filipnoman, but he walked into it. All right, so Eduardo has sort of figured out this spacing. He's figured out how to intercept Filipnoman on the way in. That's an important realization you have to make.
He did look a lot better, that's for sure. And it wasn't just by going in. He had just had a better mid-range game.
Exactly. He realizes when the timing of Filipnoman striking forward and stabbing in is right. So now that he understands that a bit better, we'll see if Filipnoman will maybe change the style or just keep running into what Eduardo is sticking out. Air legs and air legs attempt from Filipnoman is no good. And Filipnoman really running into a lot of things now. I think Eduardo has sort of figured out where he likes to approach.
Oh, well, maybe not. That's a nice snipe there.
No air legs from Filipnoman there, but now brings it out.
Again, it's just really like Ro's close medium kick. Is he going to go in for the grab, or is he going to go in for the legs? Whiff punish was there, and now Filipnoman the higher low. It's crush!
Oh, if he would have completed that, it would have been stun in the game, but instead now Eduardo has a chance, lots of meter.
Jumped in!
A big risk, but Filipnoman took it. Overhead whiff. Still.
Balrog just getting out of there. No punish!
Oh,
again the miss!
Does he EX Birde? No, and Eduardo takes advantage. Trade.
It's so tough to know where
Oh, he
that's
took the
going to
risk
be.
on the uppercut, and
Hey!
he chased him down with the throw.
Match point now for Eduardo. There were parts of that round where Filipnoman had a huge chance to take it.
Yeah, it was just that understanding from Eduardo now. Birde for Filipnoman. Corner carry. It's a real meaty. Oh, anti-air's no good, and Eduardo now has reset because of it. Blocked.
Oh, man. Bad news for Filipnoman. I love these mix-ups from Balrog. He's making it work out excellently. Oh!
Oh, a drop from Filipnoman.
What's the deal?
That's a big miss.
In this game, both this round and last round, there have been problems.
And just jumps again. He finds the hit, though.
Oh,
Another
yes!
one.
No, he saves bar.
Yeah, he wants to save it if there is a
Overhead.
last round. But this is
Wasn't
still
enough.
a huge... Oh, the jump does get sniped, and we're in the last round, both with full resources. And Filipnoman, so shaky looking, but now has sort of settled.
Well, he really settled. I mean, that jump was such a surprising jump, and he was ready with the stand short, even still.
Air legs all day, and Eduardo no uppercuts on these ones. The low, medium punch.
He thought he could whip punish. It's a nice idea. Not quite there, though, and he's going to eat a lot of red for it.
Yeah, a lot of damage. But, you know, it's pre-V-trigger Necalli. So Filipnoman still has a lot of resources, including trigger.
Oh, whip punish. He got it. This time, he is there, and he spends the whole bar himself.
Yeah, he's going to get mixed up afterwards. We'll see. Maybe Eduardo will late rise so that the V-skill mix-up is not as bad.
Yeah, that's the question. Yeah,
late rise.
Yeah, he knows.
Just
he
gets
knows
caught.
Match point both right now. Nope. Could have had something. Can he get in? Stand jab was there. Here's Balrog. He needs more.
Oh, it was just out of range for that low medium punch.
Not quite there.
The stomp, it's on the other side, and Eduardo, it's a guess. Is it the Birde or not? It is, and that is that Eduardo. Balrog over Filipnoman.
I love how Eduardo started just walking forward after that overhead hit to just walk underneath the EX legs after that.
Yeah, I mean, especially...
That low crawl that Necalli has as he walks forward. It's not Zangief walking forward with his huge body. It's short Necalli. Here, I think we're going to take a look at it.
It's V-trigger Necalli, right? He's so little in that mode.
He's so small. He really is.
There's that miss on the low strong. It was out of range.
Backing off, and then here we're going to get to see it.
He just walks under.
Yeah, you see that? Walked right under.
Oh.
Beautiful. Beautiful
Genius.
stuff.
And here's the Birde. He just waited, and that was the punish. And, you know, after he beat Filipnoman, Eduardo walked up to us and looked at me and said, finally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Finally beat him. That's the first time in both games.
Right. We were talking about this record that Filipnoman has against him. And at the same time, Balrog, he has not had the connection with this game that he had with other games.
With
Not
Street
just
Fighter
SF4, even with SF4, even with early Marvel. That dude played ST, by the way. Like, he's been around for a long time, but he hasn't had the same connection with SF5. And the way he's playing now, I feel like he may have found that. I hope so.
That's crazy, right? You have to think, he's lost to Filipnoman 5-6 times throughout Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5's life. And this is the first time he's got the W. And that was loser's bracket action.
That's big.
By the way. So Filipnoman out of the tournament.
That's right.
He had a deep run. I think that's probably just outside top 16 maybe is what that was.
Yeah,
or
24th. Yeah.
Something like that. Maybe like a 17th or a 24th or something.
Whatever it is.
But we're moving deeper now. We're getting close to this top 16. We're still in like a lot of the top 32 matches. Wow, is this really the run back that we have here? Ranmasama and Julio again. They played yesterday in pools, and it looks like they're meeting here in loser's bracket after Ranmasama took that loss to Nuckledu earlier. Looks like they're setting up. And Julio, you know, he's one of those players that will figure a lot of things out. We'll see how he plays this matchup today. But Julio's the kind of player who's very much about just understanding, like, all right, well, I need to optimize. I need to get better. When he loses in this game, he says, man, that guy was so good. That was so fun playing him. I got to learn.
That's true.
He has that kind of upbeat attitude about what he's doing. So we'll see if maybe that comes into play here against Ranmasama, who has had a great run so far in this tournament.
I really like Ranmasama in this game. He makes a lot of smart choices. Good character selection, too. You know, we talked about this, but I really believe a lot in Rashid. I think that character is so good.
Yeah, definitely. It's an early start from him as well, and Julio just plays patient on defense. So that little
He's
check.
been caught into the corner. Oh, backs off. Maybe looking for the anti-air. He was exactly right.
And he was waiting for Julio, who sensed that he needed to get away. Loses the corner, but he's close to stun.
Oh, yeah, he's going to get the stun. That was a sick little weird cross-up. He got the corner because of it.
It was like a Street Fighter 4 jumping
Oh,
fierce.
this guy.
Man, what a reset. Overhead will do it.
Yeah, for sure it was overhead.
Ranmasama with the little mix-ups he brings out in the first round, and that's the P for him. We'll We'll see if Julio can try to slow things down and establish maybe some of this neutral. What a reaction, Ranmasama. Oh man, he has got such a game for himself so far.
He's looking
Julio.
fantastic. Wow, real weird stuff. Anti-air's there.
And he's just kind of jumping around Julio, and Julio didn't know what to do. He didn't have an answer for a while.
Freestyling a bit.
Yeah, for sure, just playing and doing what he wanted to do. Crushed out of the air and confirms.
And backing off. Safe spot to make this happen. Well, relatively safe.
That was a great step kick from Julio to trade.
Oh, hold on though. Is it gonna melt? Is that life bar just gonna melt?
He needs one more to do it. Ranmasama's still in there. The Tatsu to close it out. Yeah, that's a consistent answer.
I just feel like that has to be out of Rashid's game against somebody like Julio, somebody like Momochi, even Nuckledu. If you see that the opponent is consistently just option selecting that, you just can't do it anymore.
Yeah, which is such a big part of Rashid's game. Big jump in from Julio. Right.
Could have been a cross up. Nice setup.
Yeah, you can do the Tatsu to make it go on the other side.
That's right.
It just blocks. Julio was scared there was going to be the EX mixer from Ranmasama.
I love that backdash just out to a safer range. Here it is. He walks up to try to block it earlier, as people did with Rose Orbs. No!
Neutral jump, and Julio's ready this time. Last time there was the throw tech from him. He has all that meter to work with, does both of them actually. No uppercut from Julio that time. I think he's real surprised about the jump timing.
Okay, so that was EX in order to get the trade. I like that. I like that. If that's a solution, then that's really nice.
But I mean, it's EX for Ken to just take a little bit of damage.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
It's better than just losing clean.
I wonder if you can do like Eagle Spike or something instead, something silly.
Just go all in on it.
Yeah, for sure.
There's got to be some kind of answer for it. Or there could not be, actually.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes there's not.
Just not do it. Julio took that.
Oh, hold on. Block. Super's there.
Can't ship because of V reversal just yet.
Oh, whip punish! It was a chance. He didn't get it. Backing off. That might be it.
That first game, Ranmasama, who really seems to have an understanding of how to maybe just play against Julio in general. He's done great this event. But I love the way that he's so tough to figure out what he's going to do in neutral. His movement's really great. His footsies are good. Decision making, he knows when to go for those risky uppercuts. It's just like, I mean, everything seems to go right for him so far.
I do feel that there are chances here for Julio to counter poke against that Crouching Fierce. It's been out there so many times. Yeah. And I feel like if he were maybe a little bit farther away, if he backed off a little bit, he could get a counter poke on it.
Yeah, there's definitely some whip punishes I think Julio is missing. And it just really feels like he's having such a tough time establishing any of his game plan that he's just not ready for when Ranmasama makes mistakes.
There are funky things though about Ranmasama's style. Dashes that are unusual, movement that is definitely unusual. Okay, here it is. Julio now pressuring up close. Meter is available, but stand short does the trick. Now he's going to try to set up the trigger. Yes, here it is.
Catches it off sweep. Oh, and because of the delay ride, Julio had a worse mix-up to deal with.
Wait, say what? That Fierce was not in there? Was that like the 2 frames in between the first and second hit of the Crouching Fierce?
Yeah, that were just whipping.
Like, it really might have been.
Yeah, that was a bad
that really sucks for Ranmasama.
Yeah, he had the right idea. He had a meaty out there, or so he thought. Oh, in the front. Julio has the corner carry. All right, back throw, and now Ranmasama can chase to the corner. He just caught him with the roll. Yeah, he's such a funky style that I don't think Julio is really ready to try to contain this.
Same thing as we saw yesterday.
Trickle art.
Yes, that fireball was the intention by Julio was to take off a couple of hits of the trigger, but instead Rashid ran up and took the hits himself so that the trigger still had all of its hits.
Throw tech OS from Ranmasama. Julio has the trigger, but he's got to turn it into something big, and this is the start. EX, huge damage on that,
and the corner carried.
Ranmasama did the tech this time. He got him.
Wow! Roundhouse in that kind of a situation. That seemed like a spot where Julio would have been pressing buttons.
Right.
And the roundhouse startup is pretty big.
Yeah.
It's not a free thing to do, but Ranmasama, as we said, kind of some funky choices, and many of them have been right.
Julio with a little punish, but not big on the mixer, and the walk back into that low Fierce, which has been such an issue for Julio. We saw Momochi play against Rashid and whip punish that so consistently, but it seems like Julio just is kind of struggling now to deal with it. Yeah. He gets the medium mixer to the corner.
If he wants it, the setup instead.
That step kick from Julio was a V reversal attempt. Oh, man.
Not really surprised to not see a run there.
Or even like medium kick roundhouse. He got him.
Right.
Crushed, and this is huge for Julio. He dropped, and Ranmasama had the correct punish.
Real bad news. He just wants to set up. Yes, that's all he's looking for right now. There. So a couple of hits were taken up. Yeah, you see how short it lasted, but still Ranmasama did the good work. He's a mix-up away, maybe 2.
Oh, the Eagle Spike, the chase.
One more.
Throw would have done
Julio
it.
still alive, very much alive. He has Trigger, he has EX, he can get it started. No,
Jump.
anti-air!
Oh, he got him.
Is this around?
He's alive. No. The wake-up low forward from Ranmasama over Julio. And that's the kind of decision-making that Julio just couldn't figure out against him.
Right. I
That's,
mean,
that's the whole set right there, is that low forward on wake-up.
I think that's a really good encapsulation.
Yeah, and
Just
Julio,
it's an unusual thing to see. At the same time, it's a really smart tool. You
Yeah.
know, you see the opponent walking backwards. I mean, it's not new in this game. It's been around forever. You see the opponent walking backwards, you hit him with a far low.
yeah, that Eagle Spike, by the way, would have beat Throw Tech as well,
Yeah.
and Throw Tech OS. So it's one of those decisions that's really smart from Ranmasama.
So Julio finds the hit, and he was really threatening. I mean,
There's
to
no
not
anti-air
have an
there?
anti-air there. Yeah, I think that's unfortunate for him. But
He also doesn't spend EX on this combo. He just does the Fierce Uppercut. 'Cause
Right.
He wants this mix-up here and low forward on wake-up.
like, that was not max damage, right?
No,
I don't
could have
think
done
so.
EX. You
Yeah.
could have done EX, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it would have killed, but, you know, it could have got a little bit more damage anyway. I think maybe Julio wanted the bar for, like, EX Fireball pressure in the corner or something.
Could be, yeah.
It's really hard to say, but whatever it was, man, the decision-making for Ranmasama was so tough for Julio to figure out.
Yeah.
Just in terms of movement, when he would hit buttons, when suddenly he would jump in, like, Julio's anti-air rate was so low in that set. I think he got, like, 1 or 2.
Well,
Every other jump
I mean,
was all him.
That's because of that weird movement out of
Yeah.
Ranmasama. That's the whole reason for it. You don't know whether he's going to be backdashing or forward dashing, running. You don't know whether he's going to be doing crouching fierce, or is he going to jump? I mean, there are all these tools. Just kind of boiled it down to what that mix-up of that sort of wheel of options was going to be.
Right, and it's just often tough to decide, like, against Rashid, you kind of want to play it slow and steady, just like the slow and steady rise of vertigear chairs in this country is out of control. You can, of course, be one of the members signing up now to get yourself one over at 4gamergear.com. SCR 2016, save 10% through this weekend. You got to do it soon, folks. And as you sit there in your Capcom Pro Tour T, broadcasting on XSplit, waiting to sign up for this Capcom Cup, in your vertigear chair, you're probably thinking, where can I follow the social media channels? Well, of course, we've got you covered here. Capcom Fighters on Twitter, Capcom Fighters TV on YouTube, or Capcom Fighters on Facebook. Of course, those are the places you can follow along at home. We got ourselves another game. This is, of course, Justin Wong versus Eita of Japan.
Justin, after he lost to K-Brad, he tweeted, "You better play this well the whole time, K-Brad." Because, like we were saying, that K-Brad game I thought was one of the most impressive moments I've seen him play in Street Fighter V. Justin Wong is coming from that, now has to play against a pretty different style in Eita. This is what we would call not at all clean style.
No, definitely
but
very
extremely
different.
strong. I mean, I don't want to downplay Eita. I think he's really super good. He did great at EVO. He makes a lot of great choices. He forces situations better than I think many Kens do. He takes advantage of Ken's ability to force.
Exactly, and you saw it right away. He did low crouching light kick in a run, and there was an instant punish from Justin. He was totally ready for it. So that's a good sign from him, but it's whether he can keep it up throughout the whole game and stop everything that Eita's doing. Yes, that's the kind of stuff he's going to do.
Okay, Justin with the button. He was right.
Okay, and Eita with knockdown. He gets mixed up. It's in the front.
Again, can end up on the cross-up if he gets for Tatsu.
And you know he's got this low medium kick critical already. You got to be careful if you're Justin about where you hit these buttons.
There's no view reversal, so Justin can punish, or can pressure. He decided not to. This is more the game that I expect out of Justin. It didn't work against K-Brad, but maybe it will against Eita. That's his intention.
Oh, the run, and he just had the perfect timing. He stuck it out, and Eita had just started up on that run. You saw counter hit state, of course. So now, round for Justin. That was a good start. It's the way he probably wants to be playing. Eita has to try to figure out a way to force a little better against Justin, because he is going to force.
Right now, it's not working out that well.
Yeah, Eita very active on defense with buttons and stuff, but has not uppercut yet, which is a surprise. I think he kind of expects Justin to respect the uppercut.
It's such a different style than Momochi. I feel like it's almost an older style of Ken. Like, this was successful in the first half of this year. And so far, in the latter half of the year, the Kens who we're seeing do very well, Momochi especially, but, you know, even Chris T and Julio, that sort of run-heavy style is not working out as much as it was before.
Look at the success rate Justin had on punishing run that game.
Yeah.
And not even just run from buttons, but raw run in neutral, right? Justin did a you know, besides the one where he got the throw, Justin was punishing it so consistently. And Eita just immediate rematch. I guess he wants to get in there. I wonder if there'll be more of an aerial approach now, since Justin's shutting down the grounded approach a lot.
At the very start there, that stand short tells me that maybe he is okay with playing the counter poke grounded game. Maybe that's the change.
Yeah, he's playing a bit slower on the ground. You're right, not forcing as much. There's the air approach that.
All right, so
that
the
he
two
has to go
things that we
for.
mentioned are happening.
Yep. So far, anyway.
So far, we'll see if he can keep it up.
Ah, crush. Justin at max range got the fireballs hurt box with his roundhouse. And when you throw those fireballs, right, where you can be hit is extended a pretty far amount on the screen, so pretty easy for Justin to counter.
Wow, what a run timing.
Got right past Justin's roundhouse.
Here comes Justin. Again, no view reversal on Eita's side. Not available.
One hit from Critical Art as well, so he's close.
Oh, not anymore. Can he get
punish.
there in time? Not quite.
Yeah, couldn't make it. It was too fast. Maybe EX dash would have been good for Justin, but just try to get the dash up instead. Regular dash.
And now it's Justin controlling.
Maybe an air approach soon from Eita.
Yeah, can he get it? I mean, certainly he can counter poke. It's available to him as a
Oh,
character,
but he walks into it again. It's so tough. So tough to beat those grounded normals from Karin. I mean, Justin's so precise with them as well.
I do think that there is beginning to be a pattern in terms of when he moves backwards and forwards and when he hits buttons, talking about Eita, and I think Justin is recognizing that.
Yeah, 100%. He's sort of, the timing that Eita wants, Justin seems to understand. And then
does
even
seem like
sometimes,
that.
yeah, the whip punish. Steps in and he's got the B skill ready. The whip punish again.
Justin has a lot of the right reads right now, a lot of the right situations. Yeah, but I mean, in order to do that, though, he has the correct positioning to make that stuff count.
Whip punish again. Yeah, he's just not scared. He'll walk back. Oh, try to hit confirm. Wasn't right.
Okay, now forced it. Justin at least gets rid of it.
Oh, dash onto the other side. He was trying to throw bait, and Eita just hit a button instead.
Look at this patience from Justin. Oh, boy, big chance now for Eita. He saves the bar. Justin waking up with buttons just in case. And I really like how Justin has save trigger for whenever Eita's already used his own trigger so that there's no view reversal opportunities.
Right.
It's good.
Oh, got him.
Super.
Oh,
No!
he missed. Could have done Rekka Super. Wake up from Eita. He still has all this meter, too.
I'm surprised to see wake up crouching medium kick not looking for maybe the confirm into super. Maybe that's what he got fireball. Maybe he wanted super. I guess that would have been the different button. I don't know.
Right, kick, right?
That
I
would
don't
have been kick instead.
Oh, should be it for Justin. Yeah, closes it out on the Rekkas and 4 straight rounds. Justin over Eita. That run-heavy offensive style, as you mentioned, from Eita, that, you know, has got him top 8 so many events so far this year. Wasn't effective against Justin, who, super reactionary player, great at stopping that particular style of play.
I just think that's not long-term.
Yeah.
Especially now that they have cut off about a quarter or a third of the extra input lag that was there compared to Street Fighter 4. With that, and with people just getting used to the game more, I just don't think that that's long. I mean, certainly you still have to use run. It can't be absent from your game, but to the extent that Eita was using it, I just don't think that's real anymore.
I love that Justin dashed up into that low-medium kick range, and you could see Eita's face. Ugh.
Yeah.
Just he knew it as soon as he got hit.
there as well.
Yeah, laughed to himself like, well, you got clipped. Not much you can do.
You know, thinking about the contrast in styles between Eita and Momochi. Momochi is much slower. Momochi's the best player right now. And so I feel like you have to sort of look at what you can learn from his style.
Right. And he's even playing the same character, right? So it's
exactly
great.
right, yeah. So very grounded, very patient. He looks for all the confirms. He doesn't run very often. And when he does run,
it's very rare.
For example, at ESL, the only time I saw him use run the whole first day was at the very end of Winners Finals against Xiaohai.
Right.
It was literally the last round, if I recall correctly. He hadn't used it the whole day. It was saving it for that particular moment, and it paid off when he did.
Right.
Other than that, he just played very patiently, and I really feel like Ken is strong in doing that, but it's something that you sort of need to get used to.
Yeah.
I feel that Eita can certainly do it. I mean, he was super strong in SF4, super strong in this game.
He could play that style if he wanted to, but
so.
he's sort of like, this is the style he's decided to play.
It does seem like that, yeah, but I feel like there needs to be a change.
Yeah, perhaps maybe less run. I mean, because he's forcing right now with air tatsu, regular jump, or grounded run, right? It's like the 3 ways he wants to get in, and those are really great ways to get in, and Momochi uses all those ways sparingly.
Yeah.
But it's not like the 3 pillars of his game plan.
Right, of course. And to do those things without having established the counter poke game, the mid-range control game.
The hit confirms and everything.
I really think that that is what you have to do first. Establish that part of the game and then make it so that the opponent doesn't want to press buttons. Okay, now you can jump. Now you can run. Now you can do these things. It seems like he's sort of playing it from the backwards side. And that did great for him at EVO, but like I said, I'm just not sure that that's long-term.
And in a lot of events, right? He's had good results throughout the
sure.
whole year, even recently, but it's been less so. At the start of the year, for sure, like every top 8 had Eita Ken doing standing jab run and just blowing everybody up, and it was just donezo. But now it's like
not anymore.
People have started to figure that out, right? It's more of a long-term commitment to game style. And at the start of the year, all the other Kens were doing the same kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
That style was super effective until people started to understand it more.
I remember thinking it was strange that Momochi would play a character like Ken, who seemed like he was just about pressure at the time. But that man was right. Shout outs to him. He's genius. In the meantime, I just want to say ChrisG is out. He lost to Haitani and GamerB.
Okay.
In addition to that, LPN has been eliminated, and Brent has been eliminated by Dogura.
Dogura off stream. Okay, cool. Which is you guys could watch at the FlowKO site. You guys can see all the matches that are going on the other stations here.
Yeah.
I see some people playing casuals and stuff, but there's also tournament matches coming up. We're winding down to the top 8 later today. This is right now just the tail end of top 32. Top 16 will be coming up just about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So this is probably our last match of top 32.
I think you're right about that. But yeah, FlowKO, definitely. FLOKO.tv. I love that idea that you can watch what's going on in pools.
Yeah, because
that's so important. Everybody always wants to see more matches, right?
Dude, I mean, think, right? Every fighting game event ever that has 1 million people lately, you're just thinking, Shinakuma 666 beat Daigo off stream, and you didn't get to watch it?
Like at EVO, poor Kenneth Pope got 9th at EVO, and we saw one match out of him, and it was the one that he lost. Like, and he wasn't the only one who fell into that kind of category. So if we can watch more, I think that's great.
Yeah.
FlowKO.tv is where you can do it.
Yeah, it's an idea that like fighting game players have always talked about.
Sure.
So the fact that it's sort of being implemented makes me happy.
It's a different it's a difficult implementation.
Right.
Happy to see that they're doing it.
So now, we've got our match set up and ready on the screen. We saw Javi earlier playing this Balrog, and now Flash, who's made a loser's bracket run pretty deep now, is looking to fight into this top 16 loser side with Vega. Both of them out of the US. It's going to be Balrog, Vega, as I just mentioned. But the thing about this matchup to keep in mind, right, Balrog sort of, down on the footsie side of things here. He's going to have to kind of find his way in. Yeah, Dash Punch is going to be a good option. But Flash, he has all the ranges covered with Vega normals, right? You see him staying to Clawed Vega. A lot of people will switch to Clawless. But I think he wants the extended range on the normals.
Yeah, he's tried already forward pierce a couple of times. Crouching strong is another good poke. Stand strong.
Yeah, stand medium punch is great.
These are tools that you can use to keep Balrog out, and I think that's super important in this matchup, to keep Balrog out. If Vega gets caught, I mean, he's in bad business.
Right, and so far, Javi's done better things to get these little situations that work out for him. I wonder if Flash now will maybe turn on a bit more, since the neutral is kind of not playing out 100% how he'd like. Yeah, just the dash in with the B skill after. Counter poke from Flash.
Flash fighting from the corner.
Man, a good anti-air so far from Javi. He's had one miss where he just wasn't ready, but now the pressure. Just missed space. And I think he thought he was going to get trigger. He was pretty close.
Oh, you know what? You're probably right.
But
probably looking for trigger.
Yeah, he couldn't trigger off the slide. He did it maybe too late or didn't have it yet. I think he built it right afterwards. So no trigger for Flash. Couldn't get it off the slide. That would have got him out of the corner. Now Clawless from Flash, so maybe a bit more aggressive. Yeah.
Oh, sick. I love that whip punish. Into the setup. Nope, just pretty safe stuff.
Throws him out. Yeah, slower V reversals, so you can see it often.
I mean, you can just OS it too.
Yeah, exactly. Whip punish again. So now the range that Flash has picked, I like a lot more. Walking backwards out of the range of
Look
Balrog.
at this again. So this switch, I thought he was going to stick with Claw because it seems like the zoning body, but instead it's Clawless.
Yeah, this is the stance he seems more comfortable in. I like that the range that he's picked is better. I think he could have done the same kind of idea with the other stance, but obviously this Clawless has the target combo medium punch.
Right, it has extra damage, of course.
Yeah, more damaging options, right? You sacrifice the range, but if you're going to be whip punishing anyway, right, outside of range and getting that target combo, why not take it? So Clawless again for Flash. Just gets caught by that low from full screen. One of the Balrog's better tools, so fast. And Vega just wants to walk backwards, right? One thing about Vega you always know is he'll block one thing and then just start walking back because he wants to abuse that walk speed to get out of the range. The whip, but no whip punish from Javi.
Always got to pay attention to that.
Throw was early from Flash. Meaty dash punch. It is safe.
Oh, I would have thought that Stan struck it to it. I guess it was meaty enough, huh?
Yeah, meaty dash punch, safe. It's oh wow, pressure.
Still
Plus,
advantage, yes.
And
But
now,
Flash finds the way out. And we're back to this ranged game. I wouldn't imagine Javi would go in too hard right now. He has a big life lead, and he's been great on anti-airs.
Oh,
yes,
punish.
that time he was paying attention for it, and he got it.
Yeah, you can sort of just input it no matter what, right? Like, you kind of just, you wait, there's a timing where you input it. If he does regular medium punch, nothing will come out. If he does input that roundhouse and whiffs, you'll be okay. I like the spacing that Javi decided. You know, the second round, right, Flash had tons of whip punishes on those dash punches and things he readjusted, but Javi in the third round stopped going to that, and he sort of changed his game plan to not allow Flash to punish things that were just a bit overzealous from him. Oh yeah, but about meaty dash punch, right? If it's counter hit, so you do back throw dash punch, it's safe as a meaty.
Ooh, didn't see the hit.
If it's counter hit, you can combo after, so it's a pretty good meaty, pretty common for Balrog.
See Flash now trying to whip punish with Stand Fierce with the claw. The range is just not there though.
Yeah, now he's adapted to go claw again, as you know, he tried a couple rounds without, but this is looking okay so far.
I'm really interested to see this back and forth, these different styles out of Flash. I'd love to talk with him later about why he chose one at one time and the other at the other.
Yeah, he's played 4 rounds so far, and it's split evenly between claw and clawless.
Right, right.
And this is looking like a great claw round for himself. I think it's just this, yeah, interrupt too. It's just the spacing that Javi is picking, right? If Javi sees, all right, he's just going to play this range game with the claw, now I can dash punch him. But, you know, if he starts to just try to do that, then, you know, he goes back to claw less and then starts whip punishing with a target combo. So it's probably just about where Balrog chooses to be on screen. Oh, punish.
Oh, yeah?
No, didn't get it on time. I didn't think he expected the latter half of that roll to miss.
Yeah.
I'm sure Flash didn't either.
Right, of course. Flash caught. I like that range by Javi.
Confirm.
Yeah.
Great because he'll get a chance for setup here, but also moves him out of the corner and gets some big damage as well.
That said, Trigger's ready now for Javi, which means he has a ton of damage available to him. If he's going to get the chance, I don't know. Yes. No.
Doesn't choose to spend it yet. He has all kinds of space to work with.
Yeah, that was the buffer for it for sure right there. Now he has super, he has Trigger. I mean, he's 2 hits away from taking this round. Oh, instead it's Flash.
Who gets a quick game for himself. That was super fast, and I like the adjustment a lot. He played both claw and clawless a pretty even amount, and it really feels like he got comfortable in the spacing in this matchup and understanding where he should be. The first game he was kind of trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Now he seems comfortable.
Yeah, I agree. And with both claw and clawless. Important to be able to do that.
Yeah, trying to play a stance character and knowing not only which stance you're in, but the options in each one it's a lot on the brain.
I really like what they did to Vega, just as an aside. It's so
cool.
interesting though. Okay, Javi slowly pushing Flash backward. The anti-air, it's trade, but I think he'll take that. As long as he pushes the opponent backwards farther, that's the goal. And a lot of this match has been fought in that corner.
Right, and Flash is just waiting. He'll corner, when he's in that corner, he'll wait until Javi's in a range where if he jumps over, it's cross-up so he can get out.
Flash has never been afraid to fight from the corner. I remember in SF4, he thought that Zangief in the corner, jump back fierce, was the most broken option in the game.
Yeah.
He would specifically put himself into the corner, and guess what? He got top beta Devo doing that.
Yeah, he sure did. 2 medias in a row. Javi didn't believe. Trigger popped. Oh, out of range, yeah. Throw was a bit early, probably.
Love the counter poke. Okay, now the mix-up. No, interrupted with stand short.
He knows.
He
So
does.
Balrog can beat that if he goes for the swing, right? He can do V-skill into the punch. It's pretty unsafe.
Right.
You
It's
know,
a call out.
Yeah, I mean, only -4 is not super duper unsafe, but it's you know, knowing that your opponent's gonna hit buttons.
Yeah, it's punishable by that stand short. Like that jump timing. That was real good.
And he let Flash whip his own and then got in.
Exactly. Now he's looking for the counter poke. He's controlling this corner again. Again, I feel like this has been so much of the set, fighting from this corner. But consistently, Flash has been able to get out. Punish. It is there. Not a lot of damage. Flash knows he has super ready. I'm surprised to see Flash so consistently pressing buttons after EX dash punch. That has frame advantage for Balrog.
Yeah, it's just the +1, so if he hits jab and you hit, oh, this should be critical art? Might be that. We'll see if it's enough damage.
I think that's it.
I think it should be that. It is, and there it is. Flash moves on. He's now in top 16 losers. As we mentioned, this is the last match of top 32. So now into that top 16 bracket where you know it's a bunch of killers. But after that dash punch, right, I mean, if he's swinging with a 4-frame at advantage 1 and you have a 3-frame normal, just take the trade.
Okay.
It's not so bad, you know? That's why 4-frame characters are better against for Balrog. And you can see the confirm off the forward fierce. V-trigger has this big CA at the end. And that'll do it. So, yeah, great work from Flash. You can see as soon as it,
Yeah, of course.
Fist bump, yes.
Of course. I like Flash fighting from the corner. Like I said, he's always been comfortable there.
Yeah.
That's not a problem for him. And he knew so much, I feel, about that matchup. I love the interruption when there was V-trigger going on.
Right.
I really liked his whiff punishes in mid-range with that dash punch. I thought that was great. I feel like that really started to shut down some of Javi's normal approach.
Exactly.
Played it great. So he moves on. Congrats to him. But that's it for right now. We're going to take a short break. We're now into top 16. So we're going to have 16 down to top 8, which will then be later tonight at 6 p.m.
6 p.m., right. So we're going to have more Street Fighter right now.
Correct.
We're going to have top 16, and they're going to try to run as many matches on stream as possible.
Yeah.
So they're just going to run as much. Like, basically, they're like, when do we stop? And they're like, whenever you guys want. So they're like, we're going to run as many matches as we can on stream so that you guys get a chance to see all of them.
All right, we're going to take a short break. Look for that after this.
For those who I wish to protect, I will fight you.
Want to see my kung fu? I'll show you. PlayStation.
Here from Daigo, quite rare. Justin's first jump in a while here. Oh wow, a double jump. There's the jump back jab again. This could be super. Justin is going to eliminate Daigo Umehara. Oh my god, this offense is just ridiculous.
Oh my god, that is
Poison.
Oh, he's gonna get hit.
Oh my, oh!
He took the risk!
And here, no, he chooses a safer option.
Luffy should have at this point. Block. See, this is how this where Luffy shines.
here.
Patience name. Oh, god. He's got on deck. Luffy needs to do something. And that's it.
The beast is in the house. He's in the house.
I didn't get the memo to wear polka dots today. Welcome back to SoCal Regionals 2016. I'm James Chen.
I'm mildly disappointed. David Graham, a.k.a. Ultra David. We have top 16